Chelsea Carey, the Canadian champions. And Alberta are the Canadian men's curling champions. A full field of champions have now assembled in Brandon, Manitoba. 14 of the very best in our country, aiming for a Canada Cup title. And this week, an added incentive. You win on Sunday, and your team secures a spot in the Canadian Curling Trials. The 2016 Home Hardware Canada Cup, next. Westman Place is part of the greater Keystone Center here in Brandon, and it is our home for the rest of the week in this year's Canada Cup. This afternoon in the second draw on this three-draw day, the first of the Canada Cup, it was Brad Jacobs, gold medal winner Sochi, against another gold medal winner from 2006, Brad Gushue, but he's not here. So Mark Nichols skipping this team and doing very well, thank you. As in the first, he picks up the little split for 4, and he rides that all the way to a win over Jacobs, make the final 8-3. As we check the other scores from the afternoon, Kevin Cooey, reigning Canadian world champion, wins over John Epping. Steve Laycock takes advantage of a Mike McEwen mistake in 9 to win 6-5. Jennifer Jones out of the gate with 2 straight wins, and Rachel Homan, the defending Canada Cup champion, wins over Chelsea Carey. Now, this is all about grabbing a spot possibly for the curling trials a year from now. Well, Jennifer Jones will be there. She picked up 2 wins. Rachel Homan also has her spot booked. She won her first. And Kevin Cooey as the Canadian and world champion. He's the only man to have a spot booked in Ottawa, and he also picked up a win this afternoon. As on this Wednesday night, we say hello, Canada, and welcome back to Brandon, Manitoba, and our first day coverage with Cheryl and Russ alongside. It really has been the big story of the curling world so far this year, the fact that Brad Gushue has been unable to play. This is the 8th event that he has missed so far, but they are just getting along just fine, thank you, Russ, with Mark Nichols. Why is it?
It's unbelievable. And you first look at the percentages for Mark Nichols and how he makes shots and has all fall. 100% in his game against Jacobs. You could look at that, but that's not what it is for me. What it's about, and nobody's talking about it, it's Mark Nichols' leadership. He's unbelievable out in the ice, off the ice, in between games. It's all about liking your boss, Vic. You'll do that little extra, and this team likes Mark Nichols.
Reid Carruthers, Manitoba champion in 2015. In fact, he won his Manitoba championship in this building. World champion when he played with Jeff Stoughton. Got a slow start, but they're rounding into form. You talk about peaking and managing your game, he's doing that just fine.
They are. They started off slow, admittedly. Their first 3 events, 47% wins percentage. Their last 5 events, they're at 68%. They're third on the cash circuit, right behind Gushue. And what I've seen that I really like is their improvement in 2 stats, hammer efficiency and force efficiency.
So when we come back on this Wednesday night, it's Draw 3, the Canada Cup, and we are in Brandon, Manitoba.
I guess a lot of people would say that skipping can't be that hard if I'm doing it. I knew going into the season that we could be competitive. I had all the faith in the world that the guys in front of me would be playing well, and it was just a matter of me playing well at the skip position.
Well, I'm not surprised. I played a couple of years with Mark, so I know he's a heck of a player. He definitely knows what he's doing. I know Brad's got to be awfully proud about how that team is managed without him as their leader. But they're all great players, and I'm not surprised, and I expect a great game.
The 2016 Home Hardware Canada Cup of Curling is brought to you by Home Hardware. Homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice. The 2016 Home Hardware Canada Cup of Curling is brought to you by Cashmere Bathroom Tissue. Nothing feels like cashmere. By Tim Hortons, official coffee of Curling Canada. And by Ford of Canada, proud partner with Curling Canada for 22 years.
Both these teams, Carruthers and Team Gushue, winning their openers. It's time to meet the teams now. And it's brought to you by Home Hardware. Homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice.
Hi there, I'm skip Reid Carruthers. My lead is Colin Hodgson. My second is Derek Samagalski. My third is Braden Muskowee. And we curl out of the West St. Paul Curling Club in West St. Paul, Manitoba.
Hi, I'm skip Mark Nichols. Our lead is Jeff Walker. Our second is Brett Gallant. Our third is Charlie Thomas. And we curl out of the Ballyhaley Country Club in St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador.
Well, they're good friends, former teammates, of course, with Jeff Stoughton when Mark Nichols came west. Carruthers will play the Redstones. Nichols, the Gushue team, will play the yellow, and they did win the draw to the button, so they will have the last rock playing the Yellowstones here in the first. And to get us underway for Team Carruthers is their lead, Colin Hodgson.
This is sliding. Line's good. It's close though, still a little heavy.
Line's good.
Yeah. Line's good.
Well, this is a team that's had a busy start to their season already. They've played 8 events already to this point.
14. I got one there. 14. Do we throw on board? Board plus. Solid board.
Interesting move here. I thought the way
Solid board.
Mark's team's been playing, especially this afternoon against Brad Jacobs. They might throw up a corner guard here and start dancing right off the bat, because they obviously had a handle on that ice end number 1 in game 1 for them, because they scored a 4.
Pretty gradual, Brett.
You sometimes see that more in the 10-end game where they'll kind of play it a little bit more open, not feeling like they have to go for it so quickly as opposed to the 8-end game.
Certainly nothing wrong with it.
Well, heavy.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa.
Running real straight.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I got it.
Don't burn it. Don't burn it.
Shot, Hodge. In the middle is dead straight, and then it got hard, and it came down quite a bit, I think. Yeah. Reid's yelling down the ice. Don't burn it. Don't. Just normal. Yep.
What all these top teams
Just
do
normal.
that kind of goes unnoticed sometimes is when it's a simple shot for these type of guys. This is. They're in the hack and they're gone. It's so fast, and bank that time.
For Jeff Walker, reunited with his former junior skip, Charlie Thomas, throwing the third stones.
Quiet. Good solid throw here, buddy.
They won the Canadian and World Junior titles 2 years in a row in 06 and 07.
Yeah, and Charlie's been in and out of curling. He came back for a bit, and then he retired again. I think he focused a bit on work, and now the last few years with the coaching and playing, and I talked to him on the flight out here, and he said he was pretty excited to be asked to play with Gushue's team, and I think this is his 4th event with them.
You have to give him a lot of credit for the success of this team too. You know, he's jumped in, and yes, he's played with Jeff, but to seamlessly work with the skipper, the new skipper, and say the right things at the right time, and call the run backs, get the angles right. He's done a wonderful job.
Just board. Board. Yep. Hard. Just board. Clean. Hard. Hard. Clean. Clean. Whoa. Clean. Clean. Yep. Oh, it's good. It's good. It's good.
Let's check some of the keys to the game. We'll start with Team Gushue, of course, skipped by Mark Nichols.
Well, it's really same old for this talented young player. They played so well all year. It hasn't really been a down time. They've played in 7 spiels, qualified in 7 spiels, won a couple. He's really rounding into being a great player. So why not? Why change anything? And win one for the old skipper there, Vic. Yeah, Brad's sitting at home. He's trained these guys well, and I think that's part of their secret, Cheryl, that Brad's not here. You rally together and do what you have to do to win.
And for Reid Carruthers?
Well, it's going to be really a lot about Braden. He's been playing really good this year, and I think he can put some pressure on Charlie Thomas, who is a new member of the team. And the other thing is the force efficiency. You're playing the highest scoring team out there, and you're going to have to be able to shut down with a force.
And they're obviously reading what we're showing you on the screen, and obviously not very impressed. The keys to the game are brought to you by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures.
Seems like a lot of ice.
Braden brilliance, huh?
Sorry. Like Max. Like I like it.
Cheryl thought it up by herself.
Yeah.
Well, did you see Mark laughing when he saw win one
for the skipper?
He started to chuckle.
Yeah, he knew who wrote that one too.
Shot B.
The winter I played, the pleasure to play with Brad and Mark and
Bad night.
Jamie and Mike. What impressed me the most about Mark is win, lose, didn't matter what. He just always had that infectious attitude. Just a great guy.
A little more than Brett.
He's every bit as much fun off the ice, and he stays really calm in the big moments.
That's a pretty good thing to have as a skip, to be able to do that under pressure, throwing last rocks.
Thanks for the help, Brett. Sing? Yeah. Oh, it was good.
No. Right off of this. Off, Colin.
Well, the weather here in Brandon, it started snowing on our arrival, really, Monday, and it's been light flurries. So there's moisture in the air, and we saw some of that moisture in the ice earlier today. The F word was being used, as we say. Good evening, Kathy Gauthier.
Well, it was, and that F word was something that Greg Owasco saw. They did see some frost. He talked to the players, and they were concerned because it almost felt sticky underfoot, and that is what happens when the frost creeps in. So he decided to change the ice to make it better starting now. They closed the dampers on the outside of the building. Those bring in the outside air. It runs through a coil and is heated, and that pressurizes the building. Well, when the air that they're bringing in is -4 and full of that humidity, it does wind up on the ice. So they're going to bring the temperature down. It is already way colder in here tonight. That will make for quicker conditions and more curl, trying to find consistency tonight that will run right through to the weekend.
Yeah, I threw there in practice.
But again, you know, we've chatted about the ice and whether, in fact, sometimes players will just get used to it being too perfect. I mean, I'm one of those people that believes you have to adjust. I think you'll agree with that.
Oh,
now,
100%.
if it gets out of hand, certainly.
Sure.
It's like playing a golf course that's waterlogged. You can't play it. But you have to make your adjustments, read the ice.
Clean.
And if it's getting frosty, well, you try and stay away from there. Or if it isn't, you, I don't know, Cheryl, throw up weight. Or whatever it happens to be, you need to adjust.
You do, and I think that the top players kind of rise because of that kind of ice. The skips have to read it better. They have to call line better. The sweepers have to be a little bit more on the ball. So you do see the better players really rise to the top.
Got to roll in a whisker.
Air on the side of being low and rolling out.
Yeah. It'll curl a bit, though.
Yeah.
Normal, good normal. This way.
It is hard to believe. 10 years.
Yeah, it's incredible. Yeah, it really is.
And we mentioned earlier today that the curling trials for Korea are next year at this time in Ottawa. That time has really snuck up on us.
All right, he's trying to make a big roll.
But it's the Olympics has changed the dynamic of the game in terms of teams, their preparation, the way they're put together. I forget who it was who said that one of the players, one of the skips said it's an amazing amount of effort that they put in for 1 week.
It is.
And that is the trials.
Normal.
It's pretty incredible. And even we talked about Homan's team, that this event and many of their events is specifically tailored as a rehearsal for the trials to peak at that event.
That's fine. Good throw. It's just too much ice. Okay, Reid. Good throw, man.
That's why this week's so important, isn't it? Just to
Really
get that
good.
in the bank, because you know you're there. So I mentioned about Brad Gushue, hasn't made the last 2 trials, which is just unbelievable after being a gold medalist, and that's how such a fine line it is.
Right.
And if he gets in this year, which I'm sure he will, they're arguably the favorites again, and it's such a fine line between 8th, 9th in the country and number 1.
Rings are out. Oh, just to make sure.
We'll put a blank on the board. This opening end on a Wednesday night, day 1, Canada Cup. Mark Nichols handling the team and handling it very well for Brad Gushue. Yesterday, we saw for the very first time back on the ice and throwing stones, Brad Gushue. This I'm assuming is at the Valley Haley in St. John's. When will he make his return, Kathy?
Well, who knows? And I know that for Mark Nichols, one of the things that he said to me before the game was that in the beginning they knew it would be a while, but it is now a week-to-week situation, and it's really difficult to not know when they start a week who will be on the ice when they play in an event. And I talked to him about how well he has obviously played at Skip and what he would miss the most when Brad returns. And he said absolutely nothing. He has adopted to that position and adapted because that's what he does. But he really feels that his personality and his suitability, as he calls it, is to play down in the order. He feels that he's missed most talking to the front end and contributing, and when things get bad, he likes to be the guy that adds a joke and keeps the team loose, and he really does feel isolated and alone to where he is. So he will welcome Brad back with open arms.
In this second, it's once again Nichols and Gushue with Last Rock playing the Yellowstone. Well, let's get the word from the man himself as we welcome Brad Gushue. Let's start off with that first question. When will you return? What was that footage of you practicing yesterday? What does that tell you and tell us?
Yeah, first of all, thanks for having me. It's looking like it's going to be next week. I was hoping to get back this week, but the schedule is probably a little bit too big for me to play 2 games a day for 3 or 4 days in a row. At this point, was probably a little bit much, and it's looking like next week where I could play 1 game a day, and I feel like I can get through that schedule pretty easily.
How much? You explain exactly what it is. Which hip is it, and what was the problem?
Yeah, it's the left pelvis, actually. It just it got severely tilted and was pulling on the groin and pinching in the hip. And it's been probably happening to me for a long time. And it just got to the point where it crept up and got so bad that I couldn't curl. And then where it was there for so long, correcting it just takes a long time. And even at this point, it's still not 100%, but there is no pain, but there's still some discomfort, and my physiotherapist right now just feels that I got to build up strength and get out on the ice, so I feel like I could do it in an event just as well as I could do it in a practice.
Brad, it's Cheryl. If there is a silver lining to this, have you been able to stand back, and I'm sure you've watched a lot of curling in this entire tour season, have you been able to stand back and look at your team or assess other teams and maybe even make some changes or things you might do differently because you've had the time to sit back and really study it?
Absolutely. I think there is a silver lining, and I'm a true believer that everything happens for a reason. And, you know, watching this season and watching how the team's played, which has been incredible, the one thing I really notice is Mark, and you guys have touched on it. I think his leadership and how he's taking control of the team. It's something that I've always tried to get out of him, and you know, he's always been reluctant and kind of left it to me. And certainly when I get back, I am looking forward to having him chip in more, because I certainly value his opinion, and he has a great knowledge of the game and a great feel for it. And I think it's going to make us a much more rounded team when I do get back.
Well said.
Hey, Brad, it's Russ here. First, you got to get over to the old coach and get some chowder into you. That'll fix up your hip. Get to Toby.
Exactly.
Toby McDonald. Question: the way these guys are going, have you thought of coaching? Like you've done a heck of a job with these guys. Like it's the communication, the shot making, the attitude, everything. They've learned from the best.
Well, I think everybody has to take credit for it. I'm certainly not going to sit here and say that it's just me. They all have an incredible work ethic, and they put in their time. And you know, I've been fortunate over the last number of weeks to go down and hold a broom for them and make some suggestions. But they're all throwing it pretty well, and it really just comes down to how hard they work, and they enjoy being out there together. You know, I'm anxious to get out there with them, and I've had the opportunity 2 weekends this year to at least be out there on tour with them, obviously not playing. And, you know, I just miss the time being around those guys and going out to dinner and you know, making fun of Brett a little bit. He's kind of the guy we pick on, and him turning around making fun of me as an older guy. So just that camaraderie I miss the most.
Okay, you've got St. John's to host the Tim Hortons Brier. You want to get back to the trials, obviously. And we know about athletics. We know what injuries can do. Did you worry at all? Did you worry at all with the Brier finally coming to St. John's that you may not be able to play?
Well, you know, this injury kind of came on around the last of March, early April, and I played through it for the last bit of the season. And it really got bad in May. And to answer your question, ever since it got bad in May until, you know, even up until the last couple weeks, that was my worry. And you know, at times I felt like I wasn't going to be ready. And even now, I'm not 100%, but at least I know I can get out on the ice and play. So, yeah, it's been a stressful 6 months. It really has. Knowing that this year is so big as far as trials points and obviously having the Brier here in St. John's, which is a dream come true for me and something that I really want to take part in. And, you know, to be on the sidelines, it's been tough knowing that, you know, that's coming in March. And now that I'm on the ice, I feel like at least I'm going to give myself a chance to play in that event.
Kathy?
Brad, it's Kathy, and I've missed you talking to you on the ice, and we always talk about chemistry. So can you speak to, you know, this was not something you wanted to happen by any means, but do you feel that because that you have played with these same guys for some time and won at a very high level, that your transition back will be much more seamless?
Yeah, I'm not worried about the transition back. I'm just worried about what position I'll play. I think with the way the guys are playing.
Well, this is where I have to break it to you.
In a lead or fifth, I don't know, but no, I'm not worried about the chemistry, and I've been down with the guys at practice, and you know we're in touch daily and multiple times a day. You know, generally before every game, I've sent them a message or given them a call, and after a game, it's the same way. So. You know, they tell me they're anxious to have me back out there, so I have to believe them. But yeah, I'm certainly anxious to get out there. That's for sure.
Well, listen, we do wish you the very best. We're glad to hear that you're going to attempt to make a comeback starting next week, and wish you well throughout the holiday season, you and your family. But be aware that when you do come back, you'll be carrying the brush bag. Okay, just so you know. All right.
At this point, I'll carry all the brooms just to get back out on the ice. I got no problem with it. So,
hey, Brad,
anyway,
as always, we
appreciate it, guys.
Thanks so much for joining us, and we wish you well.
Thank you. Take care.
Brad Gushue, who on the ice yesterday throwing rocks for the first time, and says he'll make his return next week at the tour stop.
Fresh out here. Mine definitely is.
It went way more than the outturn going away.
It's credit to Brad to be as patient as he's been with the rehab, a lot like a Tiger Woods. That I know Brad Gushue, and he wants to be out there, but he's not going to do it till he's ready, and he's not going to hurt his team's chances till he's ready. And when he gets back, he will be ready.
Whoa. Yep, clean. Whoa.
Whoa. Red.
That's good. Go, Mark. Fine, Reid.
Well, Mark Nichols has done very well, as you can see, subbing for his skipper, winning that Stu Sells Toronto, and second on the money list at 53,895. That's almost Nicholas Edin, I think, is double that right now. He's had that kind of a year. So way behind, but still good enough for number two. The only thing I'll say to you about coming back from injury, and you well know,
It's the same as draw the button speed here?
the doctors may tell you that you're healthy and you're fine, but whether your mind believes it sometimes, Cheryl, that's a different story.
It is, and I think that's going to be the struggle for Brad, and maybe why he did choose to wait so long, so that he and maybe he waited longer than most would, but probably because he wants to be able to go out there and not be thinking or protecting or being careful on his slides.
Yeah, you need complete focus for that 3.5, 4 seconds, and you can't be thinking, I got to move my hip a little bit to be, be more comfortable. So you have to wait till you're ready. That's for sure.
Chuck doesn't want to stop.
I'm very impressed with how he's recognized, for his team, the good side of what has happened here, that his team has stepped up. You touched on it. Mark Nichols maybe, has learned something from this. There's always some good to come of it, and I think they've recognized what it has been.
We do that a lot in the old days when somebody was struggling. You just change positions. You just move around. If somebody, let's say the third couldn't get his draw weight, you move down the lead. And and you mix it up, and it's the paycheck split 4 ways. So you just get out there and do what you have to do. And Mark's a case in point. Played lead for Jeff Stoughton for a couple years. Learned the other side of the soft game, and look what he's doing since.
Playing skip stones.
Clean. Yep.
Here another, and it was a shot that while we were chatting, you saw that Brett Gallant made a double to get his team out of some trouble. And he hangs this one right on the edge.
Yeah, that's
Interesting, you hear them talking about the ice a little bit. So, as Kathy mentioned, the ice has changed. Some adjustments need to be made.
high or?
Brad Jacobs threw one here. Interesting what Mark does here, whether he's trying to hit it on the inside and go across the face and roll out, or just get it on the outside. But Jacobs threw one here in game number 1 this morning, and it almost, they changed it. It almost hit the rubber, and I think it's smart to change turns here. You back it up and you hit the sideboards first. He almost did, Jacobs. So I think this is a smart call to change turns here for Mark.
Final stone here in the second. Looking for another blank. And away it goes.
That turn was tight, wasn't it? It was tight.
Carruthers and Gushue Nichols. He's looking for our first points. Other games on the ice on this Wednesday night. Kevin Cooey, reigning Canadian world champion. He has a spot in Ottawa locked up, playing Steve Laycock out of Saskatoon. Carrie Anderson from Manitoba against Rachel Holman. They both won their first today. Val Sweeting against Tracy Fleury from Sudbury. And Chelsea Carey trying to bounce back against Kelsey Roth. And let's drop in on that game featuring Kevin Cooey as he plays Steve Laycock. Kathy?
Well, a real good double by Steve Laycock on his first in the roll. That is that Yellowstone in the 12-foot. Kevin Cooey tried to split the house, was deep, and they spent a lot of time looking to see if Steve hits this on an angle. Could he, in fact, score 2 and outcount the other 2 stones in the 12-foot belonging to the opposition? That's the call.
Colton Flash. Now run it back, move it far enough, roll it in. How pretty is that? Around the edge of the 8 for 2. Laycock and his team out of the Nutana Curling Club in Saskatoon picks up a couple. Carrie Anderson, she's out of the East St. Paul Curling Club, part of Greater Winnipeg area, against Rachel Holman from the Ottawa Curling Club. Rachel Holman coming off the win earlier today, and she has last rock as they play in the second.
Well, she's got a very tough shot, facing 2 on her first. She was short through a center guard, and so Carey just capped it off on the other side. This is the attempted raise to the lid.
Really close.
And will not get it. So it is a steal of 2 for Anderson, who last year at the Scotties went 7 and 6. We are at the Keystone Center, home of the Brandon Wheat Kings, the defending Western Hockey League champions. They're out of town on an 8-game road trip as curling takes over the Keystone Center. Blank in 1, blank in 2 means that Brad Gushue, Gushue's team, Mark Nichols skipping, will have last rock. They'll have the hammer again, playing the Yellowstones here in 3.
Oh, and 2 great shots by Jeff Walker. The center guard went up. Jeff went around on his first one. They came short, and then Jeff just buried on his second one.
I like that broom right there. Pretty straight then? Okay. I think you'll get an inch. So nice positive throw there.
Straight back, try to stick it here.
A little quiet.
Whoa! It's good. Whoa!
A lot of these teams have brought their weight down on these shots early in the ends for the leads, the seconds, because it's a much better chance to hang around.
What are we watching? Good throw, Derek. Get out of the way. Sorry, Mark.
Just moved on it at the end.
Oh, the spot.
Clean or close.
That was made with a little couple licks of the broom.
Yeah.
Great throw.
Good board.
Yeah.
Firm board. Good weight. Clean, yep. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yes, yes. Really good weight. Hard. Clean. Yes. Right to it. Hard. Good, 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 good.
We talked about that last year, Russ, with sweeping, with the old material on the brooms, that players were getting used to bringing their weight down because they could do so much. And I wonder if that kind of taught them a little bit more, because I even have seen some of the women's teams they've brought their weight down quite a bit compared to last year, and just maybe from last year's whole scene with the sweeping.
Well, it just makes sense, doesn't it? You're raising a circle into a circle to stay buried, and you don't want to roll very far, so the lighter you throw it, the better chance you have. And plus, the pressures are that much more effective. I agree with you, though. It seems to be everybody's doing it.
Yeah, and it could have been from last year.
Yeah.
Just a result of that.
Sweep, guys.
I think the hardest thing was always to look at so much ice when you're throwing an easy hit weight. But once you get used to it, you start to understand, hey, sweepers can hold it, or they can move it, make it move a little bit more.
The former Canadian junior champion Brett Gallant, when he lived in Prince Edward Island, winningest junior skip all time, 48 wins as a junior skip.
Yep. Whoa, whoa. Yep. Whoa. Good shot. Great shot. That was a shade less, I think. Give it a go here.
First look at Chelsea Carey against Kelsey Rock. And Chelsea Carey exploded for 4 in the first. Kelsey Rock with last rock here in the second.
Well, and really tried to find a way to hide rocks and generate some points to get some of those 4 stones back, but just nothing much happened. So facing 2 is forced to take a single. Needs full 8 foot.
Kelsey Rock out of the Saville Community Sports Center in Edmonton. Carey, the reigning Canadian champion from the Glencoe Club in Calgary.
Great sweep, you guys. Great sweep. Good sweep.
Kelsey Rock, the 2-time Canadian, 2-time world junior champion, making the move up to women's play.
Or we go back over there. I think eventually we'll have to. Well, yeah, he might ignore it. Okay, whatever you think. I don't mind that. I don't mind that.
I think we gotta come in. I think he'll come in if we
fight the 4.
It's a classic situation here, isn't it? You know what the other team's up to. They put 2 red ones out in front for a reason, Carruthers. He'd love to get around, close down that scoring area, get close to the button. So Mark could go to the open side, hoping Carruthers would hit it, but Mark threw up the option that Carruthers might not hit it. He might just ignore everything and go around. So I think you beat him in. I like it.
So here's Charlie Thomas.
Go a little. I think it's that bad, guys.
It's pretty close. 2-time Canadian world junior champion.
Hey, you're by. I think we're all there.
Won a Canadian mixed doubles title as well. Had been and still does coach Chelsea Carey, but has given up that position to play while Pat Simmons takes over coaching Chelsea Carey this week.
And he's had a busy year coaching his own team, which he's got a great opportunity. Cooey's not in Alberta, won't be playing out of the Alberta Playdowns. Charlie will be. Great opportunity for him. So playing for his men's team, sparing for Gushue, and coaching Carey's team.
To me, that looks tight.
Wears a lot of hats.
Yeah, that should be close. Yeah, that's good. For normally, that's good.
Well, it's interesting. I talked to Charlie before the game about this, and he really has enjoyed playing for Mark. He said he loves skipping, but he does not enjoy the pressure and feels that he can play third and just love the game again. But he also said that with all of those hats that he's wearing, Cheryl, he does feel he's very close to burnout. And he is looking forward to, after Sault Ste. Marie, having about 3 weeks off and does not expect to throw even 1 rock.
Wow.
Same thing now. We can ever get there.
Yeah, and of course, actually, no. Kathy, this wasn't even planned. He gets the phone call every now and then to come and play. And
how do you say no?
Yeah, you
Great
don't.
Opportunity.
It's over a smidge. Okay. Not much, but.
Well, that is an inch more, so I like that. You want the exact same?
Pretty good, Chuck, yeah.
Okay.
Same spot exactly. The boys maybe will brush it a foot or 2 farther depending on the line.
Come beat. It's not that bad. Not that bad.
It's pretty good.
You have room. You have lots of room. It's sliding. I think it's heavy. Same spot. Half you have lots of room. Jeff's in. Jeff. To go. Yep. Go. You got to bury some. Jeff. Wait. Time, Jeff. Come on, buddy.
Looking for a little finish now as Nichols joins Walker, and they'll suck it around to sit the 2.
It's less.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I do too. I was thinking, original thought was get buried, but then he can get shot off. Because he can't play the same run now, right?
I know.
Yeah.
Sweeting and Fleury, blank 2 and 3.
You know? It wasn't on the hard side. It was probably just normal.
A really good conversation with Charlie and Mark, because they talked about if they buried that last shot of Charlie's, the run's there again. But if they don't bury it, then the run's not there. Not the same one.
Yeah, I think they're still going to take it on, but you're right. If it had been buried, this angle raise would have been easier.
Way easier. Yeah,
Now,
I think if you hair it.
Yeah, if you hair it, which brings in a lot of error here, obviously.
My apologies. They're in the 3rd after that blank and 2. Sweeting leading Fleury 2-0.
Have to graze that top red one to make this run back perfect. We know once it gets to the ribbon, it'll move. To be careful, not to be too nonchalant on the sweeping call here.
Close. Whoa. Another one?
Not yet.
Whoa.
And he'll get 1. Ray Stone will sit under cover.
Carried. All right, just give him his deuce and
Red hit.
Pulse.
Belated congratulations to Reid as well, and his bride, Jody. They got married during the summer, and they're going to have a late honeymoon.
You kind of want to bump it forward.
They're going off to Mexico around the middle of this month.
I like tap it to here. Sure.
Nice after a busy season curling.
A couple sweeps, hard sweeps in a row.
Yeah.
Like that? I mean, if we tap it right on the nose.
Yeah.
Tap it right on the nose to here. He's going to have to make a double, and then we got a blank.
Well, unless if you bump it right in the nose, he's got the double and roll in.
I know. I'd love to get it. Just get a little low.
Just across the face, just a bit.
Yeah,
As long as your weight's
Brett's wonderful on the. We forget he's skipped for a long time. He has a lot of input with the strategy, and he's absolutely correct here. Get part of this buried.
Really similar. Yeah, that was T-line, so 6 more feet. Yeah. Yeah.
What you want to show Reid is a little bit above Stone, so if you can just cross face and show him a little bit of the top one and a little bit of the back one, they're never fun to throw at.
Back line, you're looking for it.
Yeah, and the speed is similar to that draw I threw over here last end.
I think so, in this tighter, a little tighter bit, yeah.
Yeah. So 6 more feet than that, hey?
Yeah. Yep. Late skip.
Where?
Pretty good.
Back 12.
Late
Close.
skip.
Close. Close.
Whoa.
Back 12.
Whoa.
Close. Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Back 12.
Bucky. Whoa. Whoa.
Little late.
Bucky. Yep. Bucky.
Yes!
Yes. Ah. Gotta go. Gotta go.
Underneath. And it'll pop out just a little bit.
Lost it.
Yeah, that's that center line you were talking about.
Yes,
Russ.
yeah.
Still back, at least back 8.
I heard a little light at the hog line. That's when they had to put their heads down and go to keep that line. Away it went, and I think there's a double there if Reid can throw this hard enough.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, and he can use it as a saver too and stay under those 2 double guards.
You can make it pretty good, I think.
Yep.
Catch the back half.
Right there?
This should run dead straight for him, right?
Yeah, it should do anything.
I think you can back it up if you had to.
It was a slow start to the season for Reid Carruthers, but as Cheryl mentioned earlier, he's made and the team has made their semifinals in 4 of the last 5 events they played on tour. They won at Portage La Prairie and are 3rd on the money list at 52-2.
Got to hit the rock that Mark threw, or the one that's exposed really thick, so it's going to take a lot of weight off it. Can they kick the other one far enough?
Samagalski, 1, 2, and kicks it a little wider, and that shooter goes right underneath.
Sorry, buddy. Good shot. Anything thinner?
Yeah, have to curl more.
Anything thinner.
Good hack?
Tougher, yeah, for sure.
Mark can see about a third of this redstone.
We'll get a little move here. Yeah, I agree.
Had to hit that a hair thinner, then it would have been more underneath.
Hack weight. Yep. Like just hack.
Yeah, just through even.
Yeah. Yeah, like just through. Hey.
That was back
like
8
that.
in the last one.
Back 8. Yeah.
And I think this, if anything, be a hair slower and a little tighter.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'll make sure I'm through.
6'4", 6'8".
Keep the weight soft here. Get it by comfortably. Hit it. Get your 1 at least. If you hang around, you get your 2. But try not to give up a steal in this case. It's such a momentum change.
Weight's good. Hack.
Yep.
A little heavy.
Really good weight.
A little heavy.
Heavy hack. Yep. Yep. Hard. 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 You gotta go. Hard.
Huge stroke. Gallant. Got to get it by 1. Get it by 2. And tap it back for 2. Great brush. Red Gallant.
Real tight on that.
Oh, it's heavy, so it was good.
Okay. Get it by the first. That's close. Second is closer. They put 2 on the board. I'll throw it. You brush it. It's a team game. And we are all looking forward to it, being there in Ottawa for next year's curling trials a year from now. And on the men's side, you have 9 spots available. And only 1 has been claimed so far. That's by Kevin Cooey as the defending Canada Cup winner. Well, you want an early key shot, this is it. As you said, what? He was tight and heavy?
Yeah, 2 wrongs make a right, but he was just a fraction heavy, to be honest, and just maybe a tad tight, which is what he had to be when you got a guy like Gallant sweeping like that all the way down one end to the other, coast to coast. Really big 2-ender in this game.
To take the 2-0 lead, the key shot is brought to you by Purex. It's Purex or nothing. So for the first time in the game, Reid Carruthers will have the last rock. He has the hammer playing the Redstones here in full.
14-5. Nice ad for us.
Jeff Walker's putting it right on the X every single time he gets, and it's putting Carruthers under the gun right off the get-go. It paid off with a really nice soft shot from Mark there, but it was set up early in the end. Just like he's just done it again here this end.
It's close.
Top of the 4-foot right where you want it, guarded it perfectly.
Weight's good. Top 8.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Got a curl on Chad.
We're heavy.
Got a curl now.
We're heavy. We're heavy. We're heavy.
Oh, sorry, Hodge.
Jeez.
Wow. Did you think he was heavy enough?
I thought we were there, yeah.
Good throw. Sorry, man. I didn't think you were that bad.
And that's what a well-thrown rock does for you, doesn't it, Cheryl? You've got it buried. It puts a little pressure on Team Carruthers to make it real good. They were only 6 inches, 8 inches heavy, and it's useless.
Weight's nice. Heavy board. Yep.
Easy.
Heavy board.
Whoa, nothing.
Whoa.
It's good weight.
Whoa. Clean. Just,
Whoa.
Just clean. It's fine. Okay. Sorry, Brett.
What do you want me to throw, B?
14-5 to 15.
So it's obviously it's quick, eh?
Yeah.
So this is a lot quicker than this afternoon's game. We were getting 13-8. So the ice is, this is more like the morning draw.
And it speaks to what Kathy said with her research on the ice. There's less frost out there right now, and they closed all the vents off, and it was really fast this morning, wasn't it? And you're back to it again now.
Yeah. Teams loved it this morning.
Can't go here. We're close, but doesn't need us yet.
Should be heavy. 14-7.
Gotta try and just sit on a corner.
Curl, baby. Curl. 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 Curl.
It's full 15 there. Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Well, first time this season, what a mess, Kathy.
Yeah.
Kevin Cooey in his
Me,
last.
him, I don't know. Great shot by Steve Laycock to run one of his stones straight back and to get shot stone.
Wow.
This could go really bad for Cooey if he hits it wrong.
Hey, Kev. Good try.
Good try. Shot is at the back. So steal one, Laycock.
Skate more. Little more, Mark. Yep. One more. Oh!
That's a little harder.
Possible to read.
Now again, we remind you that Cooey is the only one who has a men's trial spot in his pocket. There's 8 more to be decided. You know, you wonder again, he can manage his time, the pressure's off. You know, he comes here, it's about the dollars and cents for him.
It is. Yeah, they don't even need, they're automatically in Continental Cup too, so for them it's about money, and I think they've really talked about the same as Holman is using this as a practice rehearsal for a trials event.
Oh, for sure. And, but, you know, there's some pride out there, and you don't want to give a team like a Laycock or somebody an upper hand on you next time you see them. So you want to crush these guys every chance you get.
That's crazy, man.
It's 8 feet quicker than last game. Remember,
What'd you get on that?
Talking how fast it is.
at least 8 feet.
Dust.
15 floor, top 8 on your first.
Yeah.
Lightning.
Well, yeah. That's
So $14,000 will go to the first place winner, 9 to second place, 5 to third, as well as you pick up $2,000 for each round robin win. Winner also goes to Las Vegas Continental Cup and gets a spot in the Roar of the Rings a year from now in Ottawa. Plus, of course, those points. And as you saw earlier, the points over the course of a couple of seasons will determine some of the teams that qualify for Ottawa. So there's lots at stake here.
Almost to it.
I think so.
Just ran out of enthusiasm. That rock on the way over the hog line. He just didn't quite give it to the brushers enough.
I don't like that.
Hate that.
I don't like that.
Mind that?
You like drawing ones?
Yeah, I don't mind that.
I love that.
I like that.
Right by the yellow.
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay. I think you're looking at like 15-2.
Okay. Should curl in here too.
If you're here is great too.
Yes
right?
and no.
Anywhere.
Little bit.
This does two things. You don't like that center
just a
guard
little
up there,
more.
but you know if you play the come around it,
Yeah.
pretty good chance Gushue's going to run it back and get rid of it for you.
Higher. 5 to 10.
Give me a 4. It's going to curl a little here.
See, that looks really light to me.
406.
I don't know. What
This is
you
Yeah, yeah,
really light
gotta
to
go.
me.
Curling.
Hard, guys. Gotta get at least beside it.
Hard Colin.
Gotta go, Colin. You really gotta go. Gotta go, gotta go. You gotta go, you gotta bounce it, guys.
Just a different path.
Yeah.
Probably through it.
Yeah, exactly. He was out wider. I don't know why they thought it would be that quick, but they're out virtually to the frost line, and that stopped.
Yeah, I think
I
so too. I
spy
don't
with my little eye Chelsea Carey sitting 2, am I right?
You are right, indeed.
And so final stone coming up for the reigning Canadian champion.
Well, and for Kelsey Rock going really hard, trying to get those points back. She had to make a double on her final stone just to leave only those 2. And with the placement of the stone that she threw on the center line, no real easy access for Chelsea to get the 3rd point. And so trying to go through the port on that outside and hope it finishes enough to catch a piece of the 4.
Hard line! Hard, you got it! Go, go, go! Hey!
You hear Amy Nixon. And a little bit more. Is it bend in enough? And they'll have a look. It looks like it may.
Okay, take these away.
Brilliant try either way.
Great judge. I'm gonna. Thank you.
To pick up the 3.
Great sweep. Good judge. I gotta
You know, they played so well. They lost earlier today.
Great judge.
Chelsea Carey this afternoon was their featured game. They lost 6-4 to Rachel Holman.
Intern for
But Chelsea Carey up until the 8th was curling 95, 96%, if I remember correctly. And then she, for whatever reason, the draw weight just left her. She was heavy on one in 8, light on one, home and stole. And eventually the game just got away from her.
And we had really noticed and commented on the fact that they were just talking about feel out there. And she did stick with that. I think that's going to really bode well for their year.
No question.
How do you do that?
So you.
Yeah, you could roll under there.
I didn't think you could over.
Guard this tight one.
I thought you were going to run.
Yeah, then he draws. Then he's going to have probably only for 2.
Yeah.
But
I'm just worried if you freeze that. He runs the 6 in, he makes it.
Oh, I know. I'd have to get here. Right?
Yeah, whatever you like.
With all these top
like
teams now, we're back to the old golden rule in curling, which is the best guard is second shot. You just can't leave these runbacks for these top players on such a good ice surface.
Top 8's not terrible.
Okay, yeah.
Thing is,
Like he cuts it off.
Okay.
is like how good can he make that right now?
I think he can make it good. How good can he make that?
What's that?
You don't have it all.
It's framed.
I think that's
you
tough.
think he can stick that?
It's framed to stick, I think.
If he just hairs it.
It's got to be tight.
Yeah,
If he squeaks the guard, he might stick it, yeah?
He would absolutely have to sliver it.
Be very tight to that.
I don't know if Charlie believes that he can make
Same
that.
that I had?
What's that?
Same that I had?
If you obviously you have to get as tight as you can, but if you actually throw the out turn at this, Cheryl, the gear effect will save it a little bit. You might be able to get a piece of that thing. If you throw the in turn, it's going to kick out this way a little bit. So if they're smart enough to throw the out turn, I think it's there.
Short's not like top 8's not terrible.
Yeah.
It's an ugly throw with the out turn, though.
Oh, no kidding.
You don't like throwing.
Yeah.
It's hard to throw at.
Right.
Tap.
The fast draw of the button, it's about 2 feet slower.
I threw my tap to here.
I think it's about 2 feet quicker than it was earlier.
I thought.
You know?
Yeah, love to get to the inside of this yellow, but let's fight the 4-foot.
Yeah.
It marks out where the Carruthers stone slowed down a little bit. We're going to add 5-6 feet here.
Didn't feel heavy.
Weight's good. Hey, line's good. Close. Yep. Pretty good weight. Yes. Right to it. Hard.
Brett Gallant picks him up early.
Right to it.
Nothing yet from Jeff Walker.
T-line.
Lots of line.
Wanted to try and get across the nose of his own if he could. Now Walker.
Yep. Hard.
And he does well to get to the nose. And they are sitting 2.
Pretty good.
That's so good.
Overdid it just a little on you for the line.
Shot.
You got to hit inside
I think it's there with the out turn, Cheryl.
God,
I really do.
I totally agree. I just think it just doesn't ever look good. You
No,
have to look at that high guard.
I'm up here saying it's there.
Make it. Oh, you're right. What a great shot by Mark.
Oh, just fabulous. He would have loved to have got to the center line a little more, but, pretty difficult.
The thought of yours, though, throwing the out turn, the difficulty is you want to redirect a rock in the opposite direction that your thrown stone is going, basically, right?
Yes. And
you come across the face and want to direct it the other way.
yes, but with the out turn, it'll kick it straighter.
Okay.
Because of that gear effect with the spin of the rock. When the striking bands hit each other, this out turn will drag the red one into an in turn.
And the more natural, Cheryl, is to throw something as you come into the stone to direct it
Right.
at the other rock.
Because the out turn, that one high guard gets in your vision when you throw. It's never a nice throw.
Has he got it?
Great shot, boy.
Boy, he did really well.
Nice shot. He actually had room to do it with that turn.
Great shot, Reid. Shot, buddy.
Great throw.
Yep.
And he even admits it was close.
Well, it had to be with the in turn. He had to just go through it. Look at this.
Oh, dear.
Man.
That was tight.
Oh, what a pistol.
Impressive.
I think we got to play it.
Just a little,
We got to play the hole.
The hole?
Yeah. Don't you?
Is it any less risky than just playing that?
prefer to draw there.
My other thought was the 5. And
You try to go through the hole, Cheryl. Now, Mark will probably make it and prove me wrong. He's playing that well, but you go through the hole, you hit that top red, you kick the other red in, it's a hit for 4.
Can't get both of them through the hole, can we?
No, there's no double there.
I don't like going through the port. I'd fall in front of this one if I was the front end.
I kind of like the draw. Like even the hit and roll, the percentage of making the hit and roll is 60%. The draw is he just threw it.
Just made it.
It's 90, 95.
Yeah. I mean, you make it this way, it's jamming, it's still 2. Okay.
I like that.
Okay. Just give me a bit of ice. Should get a little finish here.
Run back double.
Yes, when you're going to kill something, probably with this skill set from Mark, way less risk in trying that small port.
Yeah, that hole doesn't look very.
Oh, man.
Is it 2/3 or a thick half?
Yeah. Right
It's
in between
2/3.
there.
Watch the leg drive from Mark Nichols here. He just brings that rock back, sets his whole body. It's like a slingshot. You drag his whole body back towards the scoreboard, straight back without lifting his hips, and kicks. He's up on his toe a little bit, gives him maximum speed.
Yep, yes!
Final
Whoa,
stone,
whoa,
Nichols.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Bang,
Good job,
you
Mark.
get rid of 1. That extension push it outside a little bit, you think?
Yeah, Mark has a huge extension on it, but he knows it. So, but yeah, I think that ran a little straighter than he expected.
Sorry, guys.
Must have floated it a bit.
Made my first one too good.
By the end of it. So I like easy edge.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That was really a scoreboard call too.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you
Probably
forget to
actually
look
made it
up
easier
and
for
go,
him
we're
to
up
do
to.
that.
Really no harm in giving them a deuce back. You don't want to give them a 3.
Easy. Easy.
I thought Reid might draw here. I guess if he noses that red perfectly, he might not sit 2. That's probably the reason he's hitting here.
Toss your Brock. Easy, Hodge.
If you're a young skip out there, don't get caught up with what you think you should do. Just play the shot you want to play. If you feel like hitting, hit it. If you feel like drawing, draw.
It's good. Easy!
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Clean.
Whoa. Off. Off.
Shot Reid.
For the deuce. Carruthers replies with a couple in 4. We're all even on this Wednesday night.
Close, slender wide, but really close. Like,
Nice shot, Reid. Nice true, bud.
Everyone's trying to peak for this week, so we're just looking at it as a great challenge. You got to be playing well to have a chance here this week, and you know, I think we will be in the mix anyways.
This event, it means a ton. Obviously, coming to an event like this, you know that you're playing against all the top teams in Canada, and it's a massive challenge. And hopefully by the end of the week, we make more shots than everybody else here, and we can call ourselves the Canada Cup champs.
And you know that Brad Jacobs would love to get another opportunity to defend that gold medal that he won in Sochi. That will be the featured game when Kathy and Brian are with you Thursday morning for Draw 4, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Brad Jacobs against Kevin Cooey as our coverage of the Home Hardware Canada Cup continues from here in Brandon and the Keystone Center.
A little light. A little light.
So Reid Carruthers picks up 2 and 4. We're all tied at 2. We go to the 5th, and it is Nichols and the Gushue team with Last Rock playing the Yellowstones.
Go ahead. Real tight on this line. Good, too. Good,
Boy,
good,
Reid
good.
Carruthers went through that thing to make that shot.
Go.
Just with this first one, just a beauty.
Okay. It's not very good. No, it's, I mean, we need to keep
That was
keeping
one
it
of the
down.
numbers when I was looking at this year and last year for Carruthers' team compared. That the hammer efficiency last year they were 33%, this year up to 47%. So they've, yeah, and it's shots like that that'll really help that number.
Back 4.
Pretty good.
Mine's good. Charlie.
It's not heavy.
It's curling. It's curling.
Back 4. Easy.
There.
We're running out of range here, Chuck.
Okay.
Just wait.
Shot, Jeff.
We're a little high. Let's try and punch it open and sit up there.
Play that?
Pretty good, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think now's the time if we're going to play anything.
Yeah, okay.
TD,
So T-line, wait.
T-line?
T-line, yeah.
Looks like a lot of ice, is it?
No, this is spot curls. Trust it.
So good. Back 8.
Oh, oh. Wait, it's okay.
No.
Watch here.
At 8, 7, 8.
Carrie Anderson with a 3-0 lead over Rachel Holman, both winning their opening games. Anderson got 2 in the first, stole 1 in the third. And Holman is sitting 2, so a chance to get them right back here.
Well, she does on Carrie's final stone, was playing the hit on the shot stone and just grazed that red stone that you see biting at the top. It was over to the left. And so that allows anything better than half a stone in the house for Rachel, a chance for 3 in the tie.
Too much. Line's good. Too much, guys. Easy.
Holman has one of the spots in Ottawa next year as the defending Canada Cup champion. Jennifer Jones has one based on points of last season. And there it is to tie it up at 3.
Too much, sorry. Yeah, sorry.
You like guard for a bit? What if he draws around?
That's good.
Is it?
Not in love with that.
What if we play easy and just
Problem
stick
with
to
going
shooters?
and hitting this is now he'll be able to hit and roll and get second shot.
Yeah, I was just.
Why not just
I was
kill
thinking
this?
then it'd end up giving us this.
You can
I
make
don't wanna
this
wait
right
too
now
late
too
for
and
that.
spread the house like nose and roll over there.
Yeah.
Then we've got center. We're shot and second.
Could just
probably.
nose it then, yeah. Okay.
Just bomb
Just
for
nose
me.
it normal.
Or easy or
Yeah, I like the way the
Easy or
rock that
normal?
they hit will spring left as we're looking at it into the rings.
It allows the shooter to roll in also.
You know
and
the end?
they talked about guarding, and that would have been pretty scary. I think Mark Nichols would loop right around that, sit 2 buried.
Smooth normal.
Okay, boys.
Solid firm or solid easy. Solid normal. Firm. Gotta be biting center. Almost roll. We gotta knock off. Curl, baby.
Yep.
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 Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Go.
Yep. Okay, nice throw
Well,
there.
Chelsea Carey leading big here. She got a 4 in the first, 3 in the third. And Kelsey Rock facing 1, 2, 3, 4, and with a wobble.
A little bit of a wobble indeed, but the only thing about this is exactly the same shot she threw on her first, buried around the stone on the center line. Chelsea Carey able to pick it out, and so it's the same shot, but that bobble may have cost her.
Good. Good touch.
Hang on there, and it finally stops for the single.
Hard. Whoa.
It'll work.
And makes the double, gets away with a little rub on that stone. T-line 12.
I'm not sure why Team Carruthers played the nose on that previous shot. They could have rolled with it. It would have stopped the double. Very nice.
Back out a little.
Clean. Clean. Yep. Yes. Hard. Yes. Hard. Hard.
Lost it, caught them by surprise.
Yeah, the run back stone goes a little too far. Shot rock is, in fact, Gushue's
Missed every one over curling.
on the other side.
Curling there,
I don't know
man.
if I'm a fan of that.
I don't mind just splitting the rings either.
Split the rings.
Or just draw to it.
Or just draw there.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Yeah, actually, I like that,
We don't
Charlie.
need to be right over to it.
No.
You're right beside it.
Yeah.
Half in the 8s.
Can be just outside.
Like, just make sure you got enough ice. I don't know. Like,
That's so true. What a great statement. Make sure you have enough ice. It'd be nice to freeze to it, but if you over curl by an inch, you might as well have hogged it.
Which one is this?
Carruthers
6.
then sits 2,
No,
so
little
you
straighter.
have to stay on the center line side of this freeze.
as both of those, hey?
What's that?
The same as my draw around there?
I think that's good. It might be a hair slower than that, but
Okay.
it's really close. Big boost, eh?
Yeah. No. Wait.
Well, Steve Laycock
Plenty.
with a 3-0 lead, Kathy. You know, here's Laycock out of the Nutana. 3 straight years he has won the Saskatchewan title. Just hasn't been able to make and get over the hump, as it were, but he's giving the reigning Canadian champion all he can handle.
Well, he is, but he rolled too far in his last one. This is the attempted run back double for 3.
Real hard, guys. Real hard. Whoa, 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 whoa. Shooter, shooter.
Lang Hebert, and he'll run it by. And now they'll take a look around the edge of the 8. And 1 red it is.
I think it missed it. Yeah.
Yep.
Braden Moskowy.
Easy.
Yep.
Oh.
Whoa. Yep. Yep. Yes. Yes. Hard.
Every time.
Shot.
Sits as the shot stone.
Good throw, B.
He rolls it all now. He makes the double or rolls it all.
You okay?
Yeah. Good throw.
Still move a bit. So.
They've seen this now a couple
Normally.
times, a little more confidence with where to put the broom and what weight you can throw without it taking off.
Weight's good.
Good weight.
Whoa.
Hair big.
Whoa.
Hair big.
Whoa. Weight's good.
Whoa.
See that so often, you know, it's out in the fresh pebble there, and but you throw 2 or 3, you brush them vigorously, and all of a sudden it gets a little straighter.
Yeah. What's that?
Well, he was fine, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Really dirty here. How do we do that? Mark that sure ran, hey?
Yeah, I thought you were just a shade full. There was no finish there either, though.
I think,
I
you
think
grabbed
this is
it.
good ice.
I think it's still kind of max, though. Give me a little less.
Okay.
That rollout, though, sets it up for Carruthers here to split the rings and force.
Yeah, it
I
does
agree
in
in
a
the
way
middle.
there.
Yeah, I like
Even
that.
not an easy double anywhere.
You throwing normal?
Yeah. In the nose, guys.
Okay. Toss your bro.
Definitely more curl inside out. So look at what Reid's doing here. He's taking 0 ice, and he's not going to overthrow it. He's just calling for normals. We don't expect this to move very much.
Good normal. Clean.
Yep.
Yep. Gotta go.
Gotta go, Hudge.
Gotta go. Come on, buddy. Hard.
Real hard.
Derek Samagalski. Colin Hodgson will take it in.
Yep.
And they'll leave it behind that stone. Back of the tee line, however.
Oh, not a good spot to roll to.
Didn't quite get to it.
Pretty close.
Yeah, it's close.
Just
Just a fraction.
I like the throw.
I've asked you this before, Russ. The tendency is you always play outside in. Why not? Why don't we see more teams playing inside out on those shots?
Well, great point, and I bring that up in all the clinics I teach. Jennifer Jones plays inside out a lot, and she's done okay. So you're absolutely correct. It's a habit. It just is. We start off with a draw to the center line, and we go around the draw to the center line, and you play so many outside in shots. It's a race to the button. I think it's just a bit of a habit, and I don't disagree with your statement. It's just getting out of that mindset. In this particular case, it looks to me like the inside-out shots are curling more, so the shot Reid just threw is a little bit easier because there's no curl. That would be one reason he played that turn.
Gives Mark Nichols, though, an opportunity here.
Hey, your line's good.
Nichols with
Line's a
last
little
rock
tight.
here in
Line's
5
pretty
of a
good.
2-2 tie.
Line's good. Room. Good. Wait only. Line's perfect. Whoa, Brad. Line's perfect.
Not heavy.
Line's perfect. Top of the tee. Whoa. Great shot.
Attaboy.
Lovely to the tee line, edge 4.
Just over curled, eh?
What?
Over curl?
No.
It's pretty good.
Sure. It's perfect. I think.
Oh, I think that's really good.
Yeah. Smart enough to keep it from the freeze. They kept it high because they had the angle.
That's pretty good. Nice shot. There you go.
Yeah,
Or run
nose.
there.
Or, yeah.
Or, yeah.
dead nose, right?
Right
There's
in.
2 ways to play it.
You guys ever like the pick?
Yeah, it's just, it's not easy. It's not easy.
It's what you see. There's 3 options. So it's back 8 right on the millimeter high, run, pick, or nose, or
or
just
like
pick.
this with a
Normal?
solid, no, I think firm.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think that's firm ice.
yeah.
Both
I
shots are
think
tough.
this is
I think
probably the best.
Okay, I think firm there.
Okay, smooth, firm.
Yep. Should run.
Yeah.
Should curl a bit, I mean.
It's a great part about this sport. There's so many options. There's that run back. There's picking it on the side, which is what Reid's elected to do, or you could just follow Mark down, but you have to get the right angle. So they're going to try the in-turn hit, and they've talked about the weight here. They're not going to throw it very hard, so they have to hit that extremely thin to miss that red one. I can't see Reid making this without hitting it an inch or less, inch and a half maybe, Cheryl.
Yeah, and I think that's all he can see.
He hits 30-40% of this rock, he's going to jam it. Should curl here.
Oh, Carruthers. No. Gotta come over. Gotta come over a little more.
Swept it over his hand.
That was the danger. You forced him to hit it so thin.
Swept that out of his hand. Good try. Dead straight.
Somebody mentioned there was just a couple of early brush strokes that may have backed it up. The other thing I thought too was he talked into that.
Yeah, I didn't think so. I thought Braden kind of gave him all the options, and then Reid made the final decision on it. So I actually was liking the way Braden talked about that we could play these are your options, and then Reid decided, so it was good.
A little more.
It felt good. Stay close.
Final
Curling.
stone.
Whoa, line.
Good. I don't think it needs
Wait on me, guys.
Just go ahead. Yep.
Interesting how this end has gone.
Yep,
At one time there, it looked like the force was on by Carruthers, but then he made the hit and the roll to the wrong spot, and the flash, and he comes back and he gets his deuce. Midway through, and it's 4-2. Team Gushue.
The 2016 Home Hardware Canada Cup of Curling is brought to you by Home Hardware. Homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice.
This feature on a Wednesday night started slowly with back-to-back blanks, but they've traded deuces since then, with Team Gushue up now 4-2, skipped by Mark Nichols, and Mark is with Brian.
Mark, a great start in this game. I know the Canada Cup is really quick. It comes at you. There's not a lot of time, but it seems like you and your team have really gotten to the ice early here.
Yeah, we've cut on the ice well. We're drawing really well right now, which is key in an event like this. So, five good ends. Let's hope we play 5 more.
I don't think it's breaking news to you, but we had Skipper on the phone during the broadcast, and it's great to see him back, feeling better, and he will return, he tells us, next weekend. What has the transition been like for you, and how happy are you to finally have him back?
No, it'll be great. We've been looking forward to it all year, and it's about time, and we can't wait to have him back and have the 4 of us going again.
One thing he talked about that he's really impressed with was your leadership, not just as a skip, but really leading these guys, and something he wants to see you continue. Is that something you're comfortable with doing going forward? Because it seems like you always have.
Yeah, I could probably do a bit more, and I think it was kind of forced upon me this year, and doing what I can. But you know what? Credit to the guys in front of me too. They're doing all the right things as well. So I think we've learned a lot from this, and we're going to take that forward with our regular team.
To confirm, Brad's carrying the brooms when he comes back, right?
Yeah, for sure. As long as he doesn't hurt himself again.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, thanks, Brian.
As we check the numbers after 5, and it is advantage Gushue Nichols on the scoreboard and throughout the numbers. What jumps out at you, though, is the back end of the Carruthers team. Braden Moskowy at 73%, and Carruthers himself at only 68% so far, trailing 4-2. The numbers after 5 are brought to you by Ford of Canada, proud partner with Curling Canada for 22 years. Dan Carey is coaching. Jules Oucher coaches Gushue.
The 2016 Home Hardware Canada Cup of Curling is brought to you by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures. By Purex Bathroom Tissue. Purex, 90 years of pure comfort. And by Tim Hortons, official coffee of Curling Canada.
Well, the start of the Canada Cup is the start of another season of champions for us and brings together our curling family once again, and we'll be together right through the early time in April. But one member of our family is not with us. Jim Young, who's been part of this family of curling, this traveling circus of ours for more than 25 years, had surgery last week, but we're glad to say he's home and recuperating and hopes to be back by the new year, and he is missed by so many.
Hey Jim, we're just wanted you to know that we're thinking of you. We're looking for you for a big giant hug. It just feels like it's not a curling event without you on the ice, and you're part of our family, and we just want you to know how much we're thinking of you and sending all kinds of positive thoughts and love, and we know that we're going to see you back on the ice as soon as possible. Take care of yourself. We miss you.
Hey Jim, just found out the news. You know, cancer is one of those things that I know you're definitely strong enough to beat. You're one of the guys that I've thoroughly enjoyed getting to know over the years. You're the best camera guy around, and hope to see you back soon.
And Jim, from all of us here, you know, we give you a big thumbs up, and we look forward to your return when you're healthy enough. Come back. The family misses you.
Oh, we do miss him.
Absolutely. As we welcome you back on this Wednesday night to the Keystone Center here in Brandon. 4-2 Gushue, Nichols leading Team Carruthers, and it is Reid Carruthers and his team from the West St. Paul Curling Club. He does have the last rock. They have the hammer playing the Redstone.
Hard, guys. You gotta go line.
Hard,
Derek. Gotta go. Gotta go. Hard, hard, Derek. Hard, Derek.
Can't get anything set up. I just took off. It's a little light, eh?
Oh, a couple of the overcurls catching them by surprise.
Could also just peel that right now.
Whatever you like, Mark.
Yeah.
It's like the center line's a bit of a magnet, isn't it? If you get close enough to it, it goes. Nothing wrong with that. It's just, you just have to pick up on it. Smart call here, playing the scoreboard. Try to drag the play into the rings sooner than later, and it gives you more opportunities to make a double.
Yep. Yep. Good.
Throw, Brett.
So many teams will hit that red one, sit 3, but that creates a lot of yellow ones that Carruthers can use.
You guys are so kind.
There will be a double here.
If you want.
Yeah.
Speed's good?
Yep.
Derek Smogalski.
Not heavy, it's fine.
Looks heavy, B.
I got pretty high.
Derek was saying that those 4 years that he spent with Rob Fowler meant so much to him. You know, you go to school, Russ, you know very well, you nurtured some really good players, and you know, Fowler, and he learned so much from him, and now he's moved on to play with Reid.
That's the best way to fast track your career. I think you come out of junior, and I was talking to Mark Kendy buddy yesterday, actually. He said, yeah, it doesn't seem, no matter how great you are at junior, it takes 2, 3 to maybe even 5 years to really have it figured out at the men's level or at the women's level. And you can do that quicker if you hook on with a Robbie Fowler or somebody like that and learn the ropes.
Oh. Same speed?
Yeah. Speed's good here, yeah. No less.
A little more beef.
Go ahead, Colin.
Colin can't.
Smogalski going to 2 Briars as Manitoba champion, and he went with Fowler in 2012, and then in
Where it sits.
He'll take a chance.
15.
Good.
With Reid Carruthers.
Okay, sweep for.
In fact, Reid Carruthers won that 15 championship in this building. He beat Mike McEwen. That was one of the 5 finals that McEwen had lost before he won last year.
Finally beat.
Clean. Yep. Clean.
Oh boy.
Roll it to here.
Right behind Charlie
You're
when
trying
that
to
goal,
throw
and that
back
was just
12.
never left a stick. It was right up the broom.
Either turn.
The out is, we know
Out's
the
gonna
out.
run nice.
Edge of
I'm
4.
gonna try and play
Can't
some in
wait.
the rings here,
Back
move
12.
things around.
Toss your bud. Who do you want to see? 80?
Yeah.
I can kind of create a pocket to maybe use later.
It's a little flat under the rock.
Okay.
I ran over it too. I thought it was picking.
So I'm add some debris.
Yeah.
Debris.
Every
Get that
rock
debris out
goes
of
down there,
there.
your slider goes
Back
down
up.
there,
Toss your
you
bud.
run out of pebble, and it feels like the rock's caught something, but it's just lack of pebble.
Clean.
Back 8.
You know, here's somebody else, Braden
Back
Muscow,
8.
Yep.
Canadian junior
Back eight.
champion out of Saskatchewan. And then he makes the move here. He played with Brock Virtue, won a Saskatchewan championship one year, and then made the move to Manitoba.
Go in that red. Go in the red.
No.
Okay.
That's what Mark Nichols was hoping here,
Light
Vic,
two, I
by
guess.
peeling the guard, get the play in the rings.
try
There's
to
going to
play
be a
back
double
weight,
at some
right?
point.
When they curl, they slow down. So I think
Sit,
when you
sit.
get
Can.
As soon as you can.
Quarter.
Okay. Nothing else you can do. You're going to leave him in the pocket. Hopefully he frees on it and force him.
Double's easy part for this type of player. It's just what are you going to leave? And there might be a little yellow wall there.
Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yep.
Oh, too thin.
Okay.
Turned out okay, but
Worked out not bad.
Yeah.
sorry, a little aggressive on you.
I think that's just the center line, and
that bad.
finally
Yeah.
somebody
No, it's okay.
anticipated that it was
There
going
you
to
go.
curl, but
I really didn't want to hit it thick and roll
Leave a
up
big
like
pocket.
it. Yeah.
same weight, 3/4.
Really good throw. I was just
Extremely
Nice,
good
yeah,
miss, too.
didn't- That's pretty much where we had the whole time.
So now again, there's a good chance you'll set up a red double.
a little more.
About the same.
A little more.
Clean.
Touch more.
Back line.
Yeah,
Whoa.
back 12.
Close here.
Whoa, off.
Back 12.
Whoa. Close. Whoa.
Back 12.
Stay close.
Yep. Yep.
Back 12.
Whoa. Whoa.
Red one, Colin.
Good.
Shot.
Pretty good. Really good.
Good play.
Good shot.
Pretty good, boys.
Very nice.
All the games now have gone past the midway point, and Steve Laycock continues to lead Kevin Cooey.
If we hit this,
Carrie Anderson has added to her total
doesn't make it perfect. We can
to take a
smash.
1-point lead over
Right
Rachel
now,
Homan.
These two are good, right? Like
Val
the tap
Sweeting
leaves them
by
with
1,
this, too. Or
and
like
Chelsea
that?
Carey.
Yeah, I don't know
4
how
in
to
the first,
dicking around
3 in the
with that
third,
stick.
3 and 5,
like
up 10-2
It's tough to do anything good with it,
on
really.
Kelsey
You gotta
Rock.
pay
You
for
have to
this.
play 8.
You really got to
during
pay
the
for it,
round
'cause
robin.
If you don't, it's probably
I like
cuts
this,
the back.
Charlie.
Okay.
Do you like
I like
do
it
you
too.
like
Yep.
flying it?
I don't think it's going to help us keeping it there.
I don't think so either.
We're fine with the blank, so I
Yeah.
think you fly it.
Okay, peel.
You really can't do anything with
I mean,
Braden's
we could
great
play 7/8
hit and
and
roll
try
there.
to
You're just
hang
going
it
to jam it
on,
on your own. I thought Mark might even take a look at this. A little risky. Hit your own. Get rid of your own, because that's hurting you.
Really good tap.
Make that shot. Then this rock
Like, I
is
can't see
available
us
to
even
clear out of there.
flying this, or-
But it's kind of strange you'd be aiming at your own rock as opposed to the opponent's rocks. I think they're just going to play the simple hit, probably roll away on that outside red one. We could give up 2 this way, though.
if you could high side that top 4-foot red and get rid of the backing and maybe get rid of this one that he's playing for with.
Jam it onto your
Yeah,
yellow and
yeah.
kick it over. Yeah, it might be there.
Sure, Mark.
Because it's those 2 yellow ones that are really causing them grief.
That's why I thought he might take it off his own.
Yeah.
It's a tough shot, but Mark was only 100% this afternoon.
He'd be the guy.
Move to 5 and we're going to have to
Yeah. I agree.
What it feels like. See what they feel. Still nice speed.
really good, don't you?
I think you got to make them both really good, but this one, if we make this really good, I don't think we for sure should get 2 if we make this
What do
good.
you guys think for speed? Trying to tap it.
We're
frozen,
just tapping
but
to
we
button.
Can't touch it. Can't touch that second yellow we're tapping.
I'm thinking you're throwing about a 14.5.
Okay, so it's still almost 15 for a draw?
Well, no, we're playing draw. Like, we're trying to sweep it to tap it, right?
Yeah, I'm basically trying to throw full back 4 weight, back button
I think
weight.
if you're here on its own, it's like 14.2.
Okay.
So I'd like us to put 14.5 and we can sweep it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Toss her about.
Trying to tap it back without moving their own, and that's a tall ask.
That's close.
6.
Go ahead.
8, 7.
Yep.
7,
Roll
8.
line,
8.
roll line.
Back 4.
It's pretty good.
Back 4.
8, just 8.
Tap it to air high.
Yep.
Whoa,
Hudson.
whoa,
Yep.
whoa,
Eight.
whoa,
Back
whoa,
8.
whoa. Sit.
Angle it back, roll up,
That's
and shot stone to me still is.
Good, pretty good.
Nichols, Gushue's team back.
Get it
Button.
out of the
Boy,
4
they
foot.
couldn't have moved it.
Right?
That's the last thing they wanted.
I think, Mark, you play it tight and you can even, can't you do
It's
that?
heavier than what I needed. It's just he thought light. Like, I thought it was close.
Is the intern double there off the
I'm
back?
never leaving 2 of them in the ring.
right to the port,
If I just
then
miss
kick
it,
this over.
the side.
No.
You might not kick it very far, but if anybody can throw it hard enough,
I like.
it's Mark. And you're also using what we call the spin turn. If you hit it on the outside, that rock is going to gear this way and spin, and it's going to give him a little more power. I think Mark can actually throw that through the port and make the double and sit 3. I think he can throw it hard enough.
Just get by the one.
Just get by it, yeah.
If we take it, you're making the double too.
Yeah. Just follow through. I mean,
Reid
be
could
really
not
unlucky if we
afford to.
just
He was
take it,
better to
don't
be
get out of
light
the
there.
ring.
He
Leave
had
it
his
in,
deuce
but
set up.
just a miss it.
That backing was set up so perfectly for him.
Yep.
Final stone for Nichols. Bang through the hole and kick it, and brilliant.
What's up, Mark?
I think that's real good.
Pretty good, yeah.
It might be there, though. There could be a shot for 3 here. The triple.
Great shot. It's perfect.
Wow, you backed that out nice.
No sit. Ooh. Millimeter high. This is like almost impossible, right? To not, why? Oh, that's tough.
If you nut the 6, you make it. What do you think's easier? Like if you nut the 4-6 double, you make it.
If I play two-thirds
Try it this way, too. The really thin one.
Yeah,
Try to
I agree. It makes it. It's
stick
just
your
I
red
think
one.
it's harder. But
Whatever's
if you think that's easier.
Work them both ways.
And then this one comes across that way. And you
Just a hair high,
there's
Hodge.
2 ways, but it's big time weight, and you've got to hit it perfect.
Right?
They're both makeable. Like they're both there.
I feel like I see the center line, the
Yeah, I
out
think so,
turn,
too.
By far.
one more so than the intern.
Just a hair high side,
Yeah.
the first one I drew, and
Yeah.
And you heard Braden say they're both there.
3/4?
Three-quarters, I think not.
You gotta go to there.
Three-quarters gets us 1. To get us 2, we're
Can you
going to
sit?
the side of it. We need it to wiggle.
Yeah, we're gonna
For
get.
sure.
You need 2/3.
Yeah.
2/3 hard.
Out turn should run pretty straight.
I thought Mark Nichols would play the other turn, and he might have been able to kick that out. He would have had a little more action.
Yeah,
So I think this is pretty good.
Still a good throw.
Throwing PLA.
Yeah.
There?
there?
Yeah. This is the easiest way to get rid of them.
Hair high?
I think that's good.
This should run.
We need 2/3.
Okay, this should run straight though, so
Yeah.
be careful, right?
A lot of risk trying to get your 2 here. If you ever, kick it thick, you give up a steal of 2.
Toss her about.
Find out.
Yeah, we're all going to find out right now. Can you make them all move and hold the shooter? Final stone. 4-2. Gushue leads. And he put it through the hole, and then the shooter will roll too far.
Try, Reid.
It's a steal of one for Gushue Nichols.
Anything more. Yeah, it wasn't far off. That was. Excuse me, Mark. I thought he was playing.
Yes, the holiday season is upon us. The Jets on TSN continues tomorrow when the Oilers battle Winnipeg. Catch the action at 6:30 p.m. Central on TSN 3 in the Jets region. Edmonton coming off their loss to Toronto. Somebody got a signed brush. Very nice. And a TSN hat. Connor McDavid leading the league in points right now. On pace, if he continues it, for 106 points. Jets hockey tomorrow. That didn't work out very well for Reid Carruthers, giving up the steal of one.
I like the way.
So the Gushue Nichols team leading it now 5-2 as we welcome you back to the Keystone Center. We go to the 7th, and once again, Carruthers will have the last rock. He has the hammer playing the Redstones.
Sometimes when you get on a roll, it's happened to all the top teams over the years. Once in a while, you're just in that groove, and the Gushue's in that groove, or Mark is, that team. And I think the other teams sometimes give you a little too much respect. And Reid's comment on his first tap was, "I want to tap it to it, but I don't want to move it." Well, that's just a tough ask, and I think it's too much respect sometimes. I think Reid just taps it anywhere, just touches it, freezes to his own. He's going to get his to that end, and Mark made him pay. He made a beauty.
Yep. Hard. Gotta go. Good shot.
Same as last end, another over curl on the little tap shot.
Good throw. That does that. Then? The spot. It's the same thing as his intern runs. Just wait.
Yeah.
So are they seeing something, Cheryl, in the ice maybe where the pebbles gone away, or maybe there's a print or something?
No, I think what they're seeing is just there's a track in the ice, because they said that's where the in-turn runs and the out-turn really goes. So it's just the way the ice has been cut, and it's just a spot. And I don't think they've believed it so far has been the issue, but now they're starting to.
Clean, good weight. Yep. Solid board. Clean. Solid board. Whoa! Close. No. This will get it way over.
Okay. It's not getting any curl out of it.
A blank in 6, and so Carrie Anderson still leads there over Rachel Holman.
I think we go here and then freeze.
Was a blank in 6 as well. Val Sweeting leads Tracy Fleury. And Kelsey Rock scores 2 and 6, but still trails by half a dozen.
Speed's good. Yeah, it's good ice.
Line's good.
Kind of utilize their corner guard and then maybe play over and use those Yellowstones for freeze later.
Can't at all. Can't, Reid. Just trying to stick around right now. Can't touch
That
it.
finish coming off that line.
Not yet. 13-8. Can't yet.
Yeah, there it goes.
Good,
Doesn't need to curl either.
okay. Whoa, set.
Good.
By the guard by 8-10 inches, and it's actually
And then we freeze.
accessible on the outturn side if Mark wants to.
Order. I think you feel it. There's no point in chasing.
Yeah. No. No.
Yep.
Brett Gallant. Jeff Walker picks him up.
Okay.
Once Mark knew he had the appeal, he was trying to be cute, hit it thin enough, and take away that pocket of yellow.
Over and clipping that.
What were we trying to do there?
That might have been worse.
You can take a little
even
off,
though
but
Gushue's laying 3,
Yeah.
it's not a good situation, because that's what Reid wants, is some
onto
rocks
it.
in play to be able to use.
less. Quite a bit less.
A little bit, Colin.
Can I hit
Little
it?
bit.
Point of just a little discussion here, because
Where, guys?
Mark has done very well, obviously.
Gotta go.
And he says it's different when you look at all the stones coming down as a skip, right?
Yep. Hard.
But you aren't you as a lead or a second or a third, aren't you supposed to be in tune as much as the skip is, Cheryl, when it comes to the game, to know the game? That in fact that's because I heard Brett say, and that's no disrespect, but Brett said, what was that call about? Exactly what Russ said. I wanted to hit it thin, come across, maybe kill one of ours. He has in the pocket. To my mind, Brett should have known that.
Yeah, it's interesting that he didn't, because I think we all kind of caught what Gushue was going to do up here for sure. And they usually are all on the same page. You know, I don't know why he missed that one. Just wasn't really in tune with what the plan B call would be.
But at this level, you should, Russ, I think everybody know the game well enough, correct?
Oh, no question about it. And Brett would know that that's a possibility, but I don't think, in this particular case, I don't think Mark yelled that down. I don't think he communicated that off the bat, and it was more of an audible later on. But in that particular case, Mark says, "Hey, look, once we have a piece, let's brush it and get that back one."
Cheryl, what is the difference? So he plays third normally when Brad Gushue was here. So he basically only sees Gushue's shots from the other end. Now he's seeing everything. What is the difference when you see the stones coming at you rather than seeing them go away from you?
I think there's two things, actually. I went to play third a few years back for mixed, and one of the things that I really noticed was that the sweeping, I could actually start to figure out weight a little bit better because I was walking beside the rocks and sweeping them and seeing actually how hard or how light the throw is through. And Mark's talked about that a bit, that it's been a real adjustment for him because he doesn't have that advantage to be walking beside the stones and knowing you kind of get a better visual.
Good point.
And as being a skip at the other end, you have to just trust what your sweepers are saying to you. And then I think it's second guessing if you're not seeing all the shots come down purely to you. When you go sit in the hack to throw, you're second guessing if you have the right ice for yourself.
And when Mark gets in the hack, he's got this view. And when he was brushing, he has this view. Now that he's skipping, he's looking the other direction.
Yeah.
It is foreign. It's definitely different.
Yep. Yes. Hard. Hard.
But obviously, it doesn't bother him at all.
No, yeah. Whatever's driving him crazy, he's getting.
Yeah, I don't know why he complains about it because he's doing a great job.
Kathy, let's pick you up here, and Laycock down or leading by 3 over Cooey, and final stone on the way for the reigning Canadian and world champion.
Well, that yellow stone at the back belonging to Steve Laycock was a shot stone and still may be, but on his final stone, Steve Laycock was trying to corner freeze that red stone at the top of the 4-foot so that Kevin Cooey wouldn't have a tap back, but he raised it up. They took a quick look at it, so this is a draw for 1, and if he's able to touch the yellow at all, it will be for 2.
Stay with it.
Well, Brent Lang, as he puts up the hand to say, we don't have to do anything to this.
Has to come off the cliff. Stay close. Oh!
Stay close.
Stay close.
And just touch it and sit. And that will do it for the 2.
What a nice shot.
Brilliant brushing. And what I mean by that is they just didn't.
Don't touch it.
Yeah, and so many teams put 4 or 5 licks in. They just think that's the right thing to do. With any brushing there at all, and that has no chance.
Right to the back of the 8-foot there.
Yeah, just short of center line probably, eh? Like, straight shot.
Was it Kathy that said earlier today, or do you, Cheryl? I'm sorry, I've forgotten it. Something about the idea that the women still rely so much on the watches, and the men tend to not, and it's really their judgment of stones. Oh, I know what it was referring to. We were talking about the lack of playing time for Rachel Homan.
Right.
And I thought maybe it was you that said what you get out of what you lose because you're not playing as much is just that, being able to watch the rocks, being able to track the rocks.
Yeah, and it is so much. Just being that consistency of walking beside a stone game after game, weekend after weekend, and the sweeping, the judging the sweeping is a big thing. Not that I did that very often.
And you know what? I'm told. I'm told.
A lot of semaphore going on down here.
Yeah. I guess it was you, was it?
Well, when Cheryl was explaining, I thought, and what would you know, Bernard, about walking beside a rock in the last decade?
I did play mixed, and I played third. Was quite a few years ago. And I only burnt 2 stones in like 5
That's
games.
it? Oh, that's great.
That was pretty good.
You know, again, we congratulate Kathy on her World Senior win.
D-line. I got pretty close. I don't have lots.
Looks here.
Thank you for that word, senior, that you emphasize.
8. Good, clean it then.
Yeah, I haven't missed you.
Should be good though.
Yeah, the family's
okay.
together.
Weight's good. Yeah, weight's good. Weight's good. We're there.
Kathy, we missed each other.
Well, we did.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Nice shot, buddy.
A little more ice? Good call. Yeah. Throw the same weight.
Real good spot for Reedy.
Worst shot, then take the out-turn draw and just give me like this much outside middle of A. So
okay, yeah.
Slightly more than
sure.
that. Be a nice path.
Yeah.
Like,
Same weight.
Whoa.
Shade harder. I don't think so.
Whoa. No.
Mark Nichols.
Whoa. My hair.
Ooh, he wanted to be shot there.
Sorry.
So an
Harder?
opportunity coming up for Carruthers to get the deuce back.
Same throw should be fine, I think.
it'll be good speed.
Yeah.
It'll be similar speed to this.
Yeah.
14.6, 14.7.
Nice for Reid to get a draw, too.
Oh, sure, bro.
Reid Carruthers really thinks that at the moment his team is throwing the rock better, they're rushing better, their communication is at its best point of the season so far, and it's shown in the results.
A little heavy.
I got a little more.
Yeah, I don't want him. Need 8 foot. Don't clean it now.
Little bite of the white.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that was weird, eh? Like, it looked like he had a lot of weight out of his hand.
Oh, yeah.
Looked like he threw that pretty hard.
Coming to the middle is slower, right?
Okay.
It is definitely slower.
Good shot, Reid.
A little more weight.
I thought about the same, but
to the button.
That's what we kind of figured. It just
for 2.
Didn't run crazy good, but that's still fun.
Wednesday night, draw 3, first day Canada Cup. Let's update you now, Kathy. We'll start with Carrie Anderson against Rachel Homan, both winners in their openers earlier today, and it's Homan again.
Well, for Carrie Anderson, came through a hole, made a double to lie 2. This is an attempted double back by Rachel. If she can hit about half and remove both, it could be for 2.
Oh, she'll push it through, and then the shooter will go, and Anderson will pick up 2. A steal of 2 for Anderson. Now leads at 6-3. Homan already has her spot booked at next week's trials in Ottawa. The other women's game on the ice, Val Sweeting against Tracy Fleury. Fleury and the team from the Idlewild Golf and Country Club in Sudbury. And the final stone on the way for Fleury.
And a very nice double by Val Sweeting on her final stone. And so that leaves Tracy Fleury drawing to the full 8 foot is what she needs for her single.
Fleury with Crystal Webster, Jenna Walsh, and Amanda Gates. They were in. They came to Manitoba earlier to prepare, and they won the Manitoba Tour event this past Monday.
Lost their first game and then rattled off wins to qualify, and then 3 undefeated.
Our featured game is right in the middle of it all here at the Keystone Center. Reid Carruthers and the Brad Gushue team, skipped by Mark Nichols. 5-4, Gushue leading. And once again, they will have the last rock playing the Yellowstones here in 8.
Same line. Happy.
On 2 perfect shots by Colin Hodgson. A long guard and then a tight guard. You know their plan for the end is to try to steal.
Yep. Fully. Yep. Go ahead. Yep. Go ahead. Hurt. Go ahead. Hurt. Come on.
It's a mixed double sweep.
My rocks
Jeff
are
just
crazy.
puts rocks in the great spots every end. Little deep on his first one, but then makes it with this one.
And you throw T-line.
Every time you see Gallant and Walker, they're just a little bit better. They really are.
Speed's good here.
And then you add in their sweeping ability, and you got a pretty great front end.
It's good.
T.
Close.
T-line.
Whoa.
Just T, not
Whoa.
heavy.
Back close. 4. Whoa.
Back 4.
Curl. Curl.
Curl, baby. Curl, curl, curl.
Hit it hard.
Go. Get go.
Okay, shot. Good. Well done.
A little hard, but it's a good shot.
Yeah, it's real good.
Yeah.
It's
good, Derek.
It doesn't look that good because it's left the two opposition rocks in there, but it kicked that yellow out far enough. You can see they'll be able to get to the inside, on the in-turn side if they get the chance, and that's all they were asking for.
Mind seeing it here, Les?
Oh. Hog line.
Yep.
I'm honestly surprised with Brent. You don't see that more often. He's so tall, comes out so hard, and he gets to that hog line so fast.
So powerful.
And there are the lights.
The index finger just kind of hit it the second time.
It's like those police car lights in the rear view mirror, right?
Just as frightening.
Yeah.
Flat spot under there.
Yeah, line.
Hard. 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 Can you get it there?
Line's good.
Line's good now. You got room.
Line's pretty good.
You got room now.
Weight's good. Whoa, whoa,
okay,
whoa.
you got room.
This is where it'll curl and slow down a bit. They got to stay on this.
No.
Perfect weight.
There, it sinks in there good.
Nice shot, Derek. Derek.
Very nice.
Shot. Really good. Well, I can't believe I let you do that and got there.
Good save.
We got to play it again.
Sounds like the speed's staying up because they're talking about how you couldn't believe how light he threw it, and they got there no problem. Great shot by Derek. You know, you got to bear down after a miss. Doesn't matter whether it's a hog line or not.
Yep. Easy. Yes.
Shooter. Charlie.
Ooh. Good, but not great. Opened it up a bit, but a little unlucky in this red angle here, coming across and getting their own. Shot rock's movable now, though.
He makes that, he's always rolling this way, right? I think I'm guarding shot, aren't I? Okay. If you can ever cover an inch of the other one, it'd be perfect. Sorry?
Is that good, or can I take
A little more?
Do you like that?
I think here's good.
Okay, so speeds.
Straight full up here, okay? Yeah.
Braden Muscowie.
3.
Nope, not that high. 2.
Line's good.
3. I think we're just 2. Just halfway.
Got to sit. Has to sit.
It's like 3/4.
Okay, has to sit.
Yeah, 3/4.
Shot. Sit, baby. It's okay. Okay. I think no matter what, he's playing that run back anyways. It's too deep.
It could be a high guard.
Wow.
Now, Kelsey Rock is trying to make a game of it, trying to fight her way back. Picks up a steal of 1 and 7, down by 5 to
Either that or you just
Chelsea Carey.
Thick half.
Guards are so hard to throw on ice that's this fast because you tend to not do that add to get right out to the broom because you're so scared to add the extra weight.
I always found too, you kind of slowed your release down, that the twisting motion when you extend, because you're sliding so slow, you kind of put less handle on it, and then it'll take off also. So we've seen a lot of guards either over or under curl here so far in the 3 games. Continuing to pound away at the front here. All Mark wants is have a shot here and end number 8.
Well, I'm thinking it might be Cooey sitting the 1, am I right?
You are right. He is lying that 1. It's corner frozen, but it is very much open for Steve Laycock, and the rest of the stones around there are all yellow.
So you bang it hard enough, you remove it and bring others into play?
You sure do, a lot.
Steve Laycock, final stone, leads by 1.
Close. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Bang, get out. And he'll move it far enough for 1 for sure, 2 possibly, looking around the edge.
4.
And 4 it is for Laycock.
A little higher.
Go, Derek. Got to curl. Got to at least split the line. Got to go. Go, Derek. A little more. Whoa. Okay, good shot. Perfect. Sorry, Mark.
Nice go,
Nice. Whack shot.
Perfect. Can we guard one more? No.
Shot.
Thanks. What do you think?
Quick there, eh?
Back up to like how it was.
Time out. Call time.
Both
Or if
teams
we're
are
always
given
gonna have that,
2
could you peel?
90-second timeouts.
He might hit and
Okay,
roll.
great. I think great. If he does that.
No, I mean on his last one. What can you hit here, Chuck?
What's that?
What can you hit here?
Half? Half, maybe.
Like,
half.
I mean, if you make that and leave it right there.
Can he then hit and roll in? Probably not, eh?
See it.
Probably not. I mean, Brett's right. We might have that. Like, do you like this at all?
I don't mind it. You take a run at it this way?
I think so.
Do you like that out again, or do you want to throw the in?
No, I'd rather throw the in, I think.
Okay.
Even just getting rid of that, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm
Get
thinking,
the shooter out of there.
And you probably roll the
Yeah, and if you do this, I think he's got to put it up.
Yeah.
Because we're second, right?
No.
You're probably going to make the guard,
I
too.
didn't think so. No.
Okay, so say we do this, and we kind of peel, then what's he do?
Probably guards again.
Okay, then I think you put it up.
Well, if he gets it over a little, then we play this.
Then you play that. Great.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think the guards aren't easy on this ice, so you get rid of the guard and make them throw another good one. You might get a chance.
Just can't wrong side this, so that's the only thing you can't do.
Yeah, it's one of those ends that
If you're going to do it, you just got to do it by
Mark Nichols
serve
looks
it.
like he's in big trouble, but guard over curls here, and all of a sudden he scores 2.
As we take a look at the numbers for the 2/3, Braden Moskowy, of course, in his natural position. Charlie Thomas coming in off the bench, as it were, to fill in, and playing very well at 84%. Moskowy struggling particularly on his draws at just 44%.
Yep.
Back it off.
Whoa. Shooter.
Oh, and he just runs it by.
Great throw. Real nice throw.
Yeah.
Too good to sleep.
Good throw.
Thanks, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably good.
To your point, Cheryl, we're talking about how tough to place these guards just perfect. You know, if it's here, they're in trouble. If it's here, they're in trouble. So they're not going to do it. They're going to come right in and try to weld one in the corner here somewhere without moving it. If he moves either one, he's in big trouble. But just top 4, top 8, put it between the 2 rocks. Forces Mark to blast away, and he can't get them all.
Okay, bud. Toss her, bro.
15-2.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they were hoping, Charlie and Mark were hoping it would be a guard for those same reasons. It's hard to do, and you might leave that in off on the yellows. Reid's going to try to take it all away by freezing into the middle of those 2 stones.
Pretty good.
Guys, whoa.
Line's good. I like it.
Okay, line's good.
Got there.
Whoa.
We got to go.
Line's
We're
good.
there. Weight's good.
Line's perfect,
6.
guys. Just freeze the pocket.
We're there. We're there.
Whoa, that.
Small bounce.
We're tapping a bit. We're tapping.
Whoa.
Tapping.
Let her sit. Sit.
Shot.
Ah, shoot.
Oh, foot too heavy.
Same as 2 ends ago in that exact same spot.
It was, exactly.
Just could have threw that 5 feet less.
You sure can't call that a bad shot, but you had to miss the right way. I think Mark can blast it through there.
Yeah. Good throw.
Should be on me.
For Mark, he's pretty happy the play's in the rings.
Mm-hmm.
Hey?
It's just a little low. Like, you got to hit the 2, though, first, I think.
I don't think you have to hit the 2. You're never going through.
I think if you miss the 2, I think it's going. No?
You never see it.
Okay.
If anything, we're touching the back one.
Oh, I agree.
What do you think? 2/3?
2/3, yeah.
2/3 or thick half?
Okay, intern.
What Mark's dreaming up here is you
I
might even miss this
I think half
red
is gonna
one
make,
right
like-
here. You might actually miss that. Try to come down and hit the yellow first. The yellow goes obviously, then the red will redirect this way and kick that one over. And if that does happen, the rock that goes through the middle, the top rock, might even do that and get a piece of that back red one.
Come on.
Yeah, if he hits it right where the broom is with tons of weight, he can get all 3 moving, Vic. Whether he can get them all out of the rings, I'm not sure.
Yep. Final stone.
Yep.
Hard. Bang, his first. Oh, he did. He touched them all. My goodness. Yep. He did touch them all with his first.
He had to get that thinner yet, and it would have hit more of the yellow, which would have hit more of the red. But still a good shot. Everything's behind the tee line.
Yeah, really good result.
You would have been fine with nose, Mark. What's that? You would have been fine with almost nose. It went real easy.
Man, I thought it was going to hit more of it when it made contact. Okay. When I made contact, I thought we were hitting more of that one.
Like that. So there before. I'd like to be like splitting center, eh? Show him a little bit of 7. On the intern side? Yeah. So he has no backing for sure?
Right here then.
Yeah. That's the line I took.
Yeah, split center, so I like that. You know a speed. Take a few feet off. Same speed over here. Hey, you like that?
Yeah.
Same
speed,
yeah. A little straighter.
You can afford to give me a little less.
Okay.
I heard Braden under his breath say, maybe we leave him a little piece on the intern side because of those yellow guards, Cheryl. You go top 4 here, make them go through that port. It won't be easy.
No, they're in your vision.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's the old tighten up the fairway a little bit.
I have that issue.
Yeah.
Narrow fairway's not good.
Sweep for top 8 right now. I got 6. Bite the 4.
Final stone for Reid Carruthers. Gushue team does have last rock.
Can't touch it. Bite the 4. Whoa. Looks close. It's there. It's there. Half of the 4.
No. Can't touch it. Can't touch it.
T-line.
T-line, yeah.
No.
Oh, no. Good try, Reid.
And we have our first final, and it's Chelsea Carey bouncing back after losing this afternoon as she picks up an 11-5 win over Kelsey Rock. Both those teams now are 1-1 after one day of play.
Oh, wait. Shade low. No, it should
Reid
still
just getting caught with the speed in that spot.
He's been like 5 inches heavy three or four times. It still has to be made, though. Anything high sides steal it, too.
And my apology, Kelsey Rock is 0-2. She lost her first 2.
Yep.
Hard jab.
Final stone.
Hard jab. Hard. Right
Mark
to
Nichols,
it.
Gallant, and Walker.
Hard.
Bang. Touch it. Roll over.
Mark.
Catch her for 1.
Nice sweeping. I'm going to jet again, guys.
Yep. Sweeping, buddy.
That's an aspect of their game that has really improved, that brushing with Gallant and Walker, and it pays off in a single. We already have one final 5 sheets in play here at the Keystone Center as we wrap up day 1 of round robin play. It's very short round robin, just the 7 teams. So round robin will end on Friday. Top team goes through to the final. Second and third will play in the semi. That's why it's all important if you not to lose those games too early. John Epping has already dropped a couple. Mike McEwen, he's already lost 2 today. Gushue gets the single. And so here in 9, it is Reid Carruthers. This does have last rock. They have the hammer playing the Redstones and down by 2.
A little bit early. A little late.
Top 8.
Line's good. Line's good now.
Weight's pretty good. Line's good.
Line's nice.
I'd like it to curl a little. Yeah.
I think even if you've lost a couple games at this point, the key will be kind of staying in there mentally with your team, because other teams are going to play each other and bring each other down to that.
Shut Jeff.
I'm just going to judge. You guys brush me.
Yeah.
Well, that 4 jumps off the board that Laycock scored in the 7th. As Cooey now has a chance for a couple, unless something's hiding behind Mark Kennedy there.
No, there's not. There is only a chance for 2. He had 2 stones frozen, Kevin Cooey did, and in trying to remove them and not jam, Steve Laycock jammed the 2 reds together. That left 1 in the house, and that's why any paint here will get 2 points.
Hard line. Yep. Really got to go. Yep. Hard.
And there you have your 2.
Closes the gap, still a 3-point lead. Laycock ahead of Kevin Cooey.
Sure. Right now, he might be able to get it over it, but it goes on to it. Whatever you like.
Colin was trying to play a little bit of a tap onto those 2 yellow ones that are in the forefoot, over curled by quite a bit, and now it allows Gushue to go up and peel the corner guard, which is what they did not want.
It's happened the entire game. That little tap is over curled every single time. Whether it's Colin's rock or it's just getting too close to the center line, you know, down the middle, or they just can't seem to get the broom in the right spot on that particular shot.
Over curling light every one.
There you go. Over curling every time.
Let go of that one a bit earlier.
So, speed's good here, eh?
Yeah, it's nice speed. Very good. There. 3. Woo, 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 woo. Well, 3. Can't touch this. Well, I think it's okay.
Okay, line's fine. Line's fine and no sweep.
Should stop. It's okay, but
that's quick there too. It's 15-5. It's a good shot.
Except right up the net, maybe coming into the 4.
15-5.
So like if I throw on center, it's straight, but I'm going edge of 4 and just curling.
A little tricky for the teams that played the afternoon draw. We were just talking about it in the break. If you played morning, evening, you had the same type of speeds. In the middle draw, we talked about it, Kathy talked about it with the frost and the moisture coming in. It was noticeably slower. I would say a good second, a good 6 to 8 feet slower.
Yeah, we were getting 13.8, 13.9 for T-line.
Yeah.
Hey. Might as well, right?
Okay. Yeah, it's fine.
Give it a go again.
Not a big ad. So
More line on this one, so it should be good.
Whoa. This one's got to curl a bit.
Yeah. I think line should be fine.
Line's not bad.
Line will be fine.
Yeah, line's good. Colin can clean. 2?
2/3.
Okay,
Same weight.
clean.
Still going to over curl if
It
anything.
just comes off that center line like it's a hill.
Shot there.
I don't mind killing as many as we can, right? Like, I think.
Yeah, I was thinking we could set up some sort of.
But
I can't.
that's just a little too deep.
No. Yeah. I think so.
Straight. Quiet.
Come on, Nat.
Problem for Reid is the angle of these 2 yellows. He can obviously double it, but you'd have to throw a lot of weight to
Give me
get
a
it
second.
across the top
So you're
of
gonna
that
try to
red
hit
one.
like a quarter rock and set up a pocket? What are you cooking
It's
up
like back 8.
So what you do is, no, you're just
Half rock, back 8.
Yeah. You're trying to hit it by our red.
Sounds good.
And our shooter rolls to the T line.
Okay. Absolutely.
Back 8.
Clean.
Gotta go
Yep.
in it.
Yep.
Easy.
Carrie Anderson by 3 over Rachel Holman, but she has a chance to get a couple.
Back 8.
Well, she does. Had one buried, and Carrie just peeled the guard on her first one, but left a stone up, and that was what Rachel utilized to get behind. And so draw to the paint.
Rachel Holman and her team out of the Ottawa Curling Club, as mentioned, defending Canada Cup champions, so they already have that ticket booked for the trials next year in Ottawa. Playing a limited schedule so far, just the 4 events. But they won 2 of them, and they were right at the start of the season. They're number 3 on the women's money list at $50,000, and there's 2.
Feel that. I don't mind your first call.
Yeah, 2.
I like this call. They
love to hang it around.
They're going to have to group.
Normal? Yeah.
You peel this out, and then Carruthers is going to have to make a play on first and second shot and group something and leave a double somewhere.
For sure.
Just normal. Weight's good.
Yep.
Little light, maybe.
Yep.
Pretty good though.
Hard. Hard. Yep. Hard. Hard.
Playing the same shot.
Well, just in time for the holidays, the Women of Curling calendar is back, and Scotland's Eve Muirhead is on the cover of the 2017 edition. Now, a portion of the proceeds of the sales of the Women of Curling calendar will be going to the Curling Canada Foundation that benefits young curlers and curling centers right across the country. The Women of Curling calendar.
You hit almost on the nose.
Same
So
weight,
that-
right? Or same ice?
Yeah.
Okay, well, we need less as well. Rock's a foot higher now. Bigger ad. Similar weight.
A little less.
Similar
How's the
weight.
weight?
Should be more. Should be
Back
more.
8.
I think it's more.
Whoa.
Back
whoa,
8.
Back line.
Whoa.
It's close.
Off.
Yep.
No.
Go.
Yes.
Yes, go.
Hard.
Gotta go.
Hard.
Whoa. It's okay.
Just not anticipating that
The
curl.
finish.
Not bad.
Yeah,
It's
it's so
it's a good
true.
spot.
It's easy up here, isn't
Yeah.
it? But there's a real pattern here.
Well, didn't we see that earlier today in the game with Holman and Chelsea Carey?
Yes.
The Carey brushers got caught a little bit. You know, they would drop off and it would take off, and you can't save it once you've lifted your brush.
No, you pointed that out today, that they were, again, just not anticipating the curl, and then it's too late.
is better than anything.
Okay. Kind of weight do you like, Mark?
Good board.
Okay. Where'd you have that? Right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good board. Roll to bite the line.
Charlie works really well as
Try
the
to roll in
role
front
of
of the
a
yellow.
third. It would be pretty simple for him, that being the boss all along these years, skipping to kind of be a little more forceful. But it's kind of like, I love what he said there. What kind of weight do you want, Mark? Where do you want to put the broom? What are you thinking? And this is the guy that's got to make the shot. This is the most important player out here right now. So let him feel it. Let him have some input.
Good board.
Weight's good. Yep. Weight's good. Whoa.
A little straight here, I think.
Whoa. Weight's good.
No.
Whoa. No.
Okay, clean.
Just a little hot.
Whoa.
No. Just leave it if it's in. Okay.
Don't jam that.
That isn't what Mark wanted
Is that in
there.
the way now?
What's that?
That in the way now?
It is.
Oh, yeah, probably. We'll see.
The 8 foot, then it's just a nose hit for 2, right?
Who's getting the clock?
Like with easy.
Yeah.
Right? If we can get that into here,
Can anybody
it's a
see?
nose hit for 2, he'll hit this.
About 30 seconds late.
Any other way to set up a jam twice?
A double jam?
Took 10 seconds.
Like what if we
I got timeout, boys, so lots of time.
what if we froze here?
Like,
Can he just hammer
there's
that?
no way, unless you can cue it up so it's perfectly lined up.
So he
with this.
hammers which? Like
He just hits the outside of this, right, over the top. Unless you can cue it
Would
up like...
one of them stick in? Right?
I think this is a shot. Take 2, and if you get it into the 8-foot, he'll hit the open one, and it's a nose hit for deuce.
Because you're probably not, no matter what we do, we're not going to get 3, right?
Yeah, unless
no
you
matter
can
what-
freeze right
Don't ask me.
here, that it's lined up perfect jam.
Yeah.
And
Then
the
he
odds-
still might just play some kind of. Yeah, I don't think we're ever going to get 3.
No.
I think we got to just take our deuce.
I don't think so, Colin.
Here?
Like this. Get this into the 8-foot. He's got to hit the
pretty
open, and then we know.
So even if we just, yeah, actually this.
Colin doesn't have a bad idea either, though.
The only thing you can't do is you can't like stick close on the nose.
Right here?
You gotta make this pretty precise, I
If
think,
we
right?
freeze, what if he guards?
Well, he can't guard.
Can't guard.
Can't guard every.
Make the back double.
Then we make it
Here.
here. Okay.
He'll just like. The only thing I like that shot if you make it good. But I think you have to throw kind of hard, don't you? Because you can only roll here. Because if you roll here is not great.
I think it's just normal. As long as this rock gets into the 8-foot, it's like 3/4 with normal.
You have to roll though. If he knows he just he doubles it back if he knows.
Air high.
If you
Air
roll
high.
over the top, it's fine.
It's not the end of the roll yet. Air high.
What kind of weight?
I think normal.
Might not have a double, will you? For sure have a double?
Not if you roll it to here.
That's perfect.
Roll it to here. He's got a tougher shot.
Yeah.
I think so.
There's one other option I didn't hear them talk about. You could kind of try to get it into there somewhere, Cheryl. And then there might be a double jam that way too, because how do you get that red one that's there already? The only way you're going to get 3 is to throw a freeze of some kind.
Just a hair high.
Normal.
A hair low, I mean, sorry.
Normal, yeah.
Make the hit and roll to the corner freeze or in front of it is perfect.
Okay. So watch the red then, okay?
I don't love throwing weight at it myself.
No, I was thinking the same thing.
You need a solid normal.
What's that?
Solid normal.
Okay.
I get the.
The edge of the 4 to 8-foot guy. Make a nose and lie 2, and he might not have a double.
I get the idea of having separation, but if there's any angle at all, Mark Nichols can get at it.
It's good.
Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yep.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Yes. Yep. Yep. Hard.
Shoot it.
Hudson's got him.
Get it over there. Perfect.
And now he'll
Really
roll
good.
it
Nice throw,
across
Reid.
the top.
Really good, Reid.
Shot stone remains. Gushue.
Real good, buddy.
2 and 3 belong to Carruthers.
Called this very well.
Some sort of shot.
That's exactly what he wanted, but he's still going to have to really work for the deuce.
Right on the nose.
What are you throwing? Just a little less weight?
Just a little less weight, yeah.
Nose hit, it's an
It was
awkward
up,
double.
Right up center on the last one.
Yeah.
And it held, but off center it should go
I like
a little.
this. Go a
Nice
little
throw
more here.
Just a little less weight.
Nice throw.
This is a spot we've seen everything move pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
A little less.
Yep. Just forward.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Just
Whoa.
forward.
Whoa. Yep.
Just forward,
Whoa.
Charlie.
Yep. Hard. Gotta go.
Wanted to go right to the beak and sit right there.
Okay.
Will do.
Just a little turn to the outside.
Good shot. I mean, just. What's that? No. Yeah.
Wait, and you hit a 3rd, right?
1/4, yep. Goes under for sure. I think.
The 1/4's close to touching that. I think 3rd is
Like
perfect.
you're coming from here, right?
Yeah. I'm going to play the out turn at it.
Even half a rock with the out turn's pretty close,
It's like
Cheryl.
in between a 3rd and a 1/4, I think.
To get it too
Yeah, like,
thin, the shot rock will
weight are
go
you
across to
throwing?
the other red one.
And then a 1/3, I think, makes it. I think I'm pretty
1/4's
confident.
1/4's pretty good.
fine.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm thinking there.
You
It's
gonna
going to
throw
curl
like that
touch.
same weight?
Yeah.
Okay. It's like a harder normal.
Yeah, I think this is pretty close then.
Yeah, I agree.
You think this is maybe max? But
I don't think so, man. I think it's damn close.
Okay. So a little bit of curl.
Yeah.
I think that's good.
I think
then.
this gives you a good chance.
Out turn, guys.
Mark Nichols wanted to stay about 3 inches farther, closer to the center line, and make this double that much thinner. There's a really good angle of it. If Reid hits the top yellow extremely thin, the shot rock will come towards the camera.
So a third's probably real good.
I think so, a thick third, yeah.
Final stone, looking for a couple if he can. Tie it up. Zimogalski, Hodgson. Bang, cross the top, push it back, and sit. There you go.
Good shot, buddy.
Carruthers gets his pair. And we're all even. Gushue Nichols will have the hammer coming home. And Steve Laycock out of the Nutana in Saskatoon will hand the reigning Canadian champion a loss. Final 9-5. Laycock has won 2 in a row.
The 2016 Home Hardware Canada Cup of Curling is brought to you by Home Hardware. Homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice. The 2016 Home Hardware Canada Cup of Curling is brought to you by Ford of Canada, proud partner with Curling Canada for 22 years. By World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures. And by Sponge Towels Paper Towels. Nothing absorbs like it.
Let's update the game between Val Sweeting and Tracy Fleury. And I'm looking here, I'm thinking it's 2 red, am I right?
Do you know what? I don't even know if they know, Vic. There have been a lot of looks at 3 of the stones in the house, and it is one of those that they feel might be shot. That's the one that Tracy is actually playing the hit and try to roll in a little bit on.
Fleury out of Sudbury, and now have a look. 1 for sure, would seem. That's the shot stone there. And now they measure around the edge of those 2 in the 8-foot. Now let's see. And yes, it is 2. And so it's a 6-5 lead for Tracy Fleury out of Sudbury, ahead of Val Sweeting from Edmonton. On this, our first evening here in Brandon, day 1 of the Home Hardware Canada Cup. In a 6-6 tie. The Brad Gushue team trying to win 2 in a row, as is Reid Carruthers. They both won earlier today.
Great tick by Jeff Walker.
He's played great all game.
Yeah, same feels nice. More. I didn't add as much. I think it's similar, maybe a little lighter.
Right here, guys.
Take a look, Speed. It's good, it's good.
Even just slightly ahead of it.
Okay, definitely higher.
Yeah, this is ideal.
Okay. Might over curl. Whoa.
Eyes up, eyes up.
Whoa. High's okay. Sit.
A little past it.
Right beside it.
That's an
Right beside
interesting
it.
thing.
That's good. Real nice.
This Gushue front end of Walker and Gallant.
Throw hard.
So many of the players are now, of course, also looking at mixed doubles as a way to get in the Olympics. And Walker and Gallant. Walker played with Laura Crocker. Gallant played with Jocelyn Peterman. And they played each other in the Canadian final. And Gallant won it.
They're all getting on board with the mixed doubles. They seem to really love playing it.
And he said it was so interesting. I mean, what were the chances that you'd end up playing your front end mate, your teammate?
True.
Yeah.
We are now.
Nice shot. Get one there. They peel that. Then we throw guard. Then they peel the guard out. And we end up with one frozen, and they draw 8 foot.
Well, Carrie Anderson with a 1-point lead, and has a chance here to put it away, Kathy.
She made a peach on her first one and picked out a stone that was on the lid, just got by and through that port, but Rachel Holman put it right back.
Okay.
The advantage this time, of course, is that Carey can play off of her own.
Right now it is a tie game with Shot Rock sitting on the lid.
Clean. Whoa. Yeah.
From the East St. Paul Curling Club.
Clean.
Through the hole. Got it? Yes, she does. To pick up 2 more. For an 8-5 final. And she wins her first 2. Holman goes to 1-1 on this opening day, already having that spot in the trials wrapped up.
It's close. Ooh.
Shot, Brad. What a shot. That's just deflating.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, nice try.
Nice shot. Take that, I guess. So much for going around.
This went pretty easy. They just kind of spun below.
What's that?
They went pretty easy.
So much for going around.
The spin working in their favor.
So much for going around the corner.
It's good, Reid.
Reid still got the corners, but they're so far away from the pay dirt. It's going to be a pretty easy shot for Mark Nichols at this point in time. The idea is bury one here. Nichols peels, you go around the other corner, you'll have 2 in the rings.
Line's pretty good. Line's good. It'll be buried.
You're almost tee. Whoa, 7. Sit.
Colin, no, that's good.
Sit.
Good. Okay, shot.
Good sweep, boys.
Shot, bro.
Yeah. I'll take this. Yeah.
And as we check the game story, it started with a couple of blanks and then they exchanged deuces through the first 5, but it was that flash by Carruthers that led to the deuce for Nichols, and then Carruthers double tied it coming home, but that last rock belongs now to Mark Nichols, and he has a chance to win it with the hammer. The game story brought to you by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Yeah, start it once. He's peeling, right?
Keep an eye on it, though.
It's a 2.
Speed here.
Yeah. And she curls nice speed. Okay, what do you think? Looks good to me.
Line's good.
2. A little higher.
Line's good.
Shot was good at the end.
2. Clean it all the way. 2.
Little high. Line's good.
Keep her clean. Need to build this.
Go ahead. Just keep her moving. Keep her moving.
2.
Good.
Clean it. Shabby.
Shot.
I'm thinking we go like a teaser one, like just outside the 4 foot. That internally fills. It takes off her curls and rolls out. Right?
Go ask Reid. Go talk to Reid.
Yep.
What? Good. It's clean.
Charlie Thomas.
What? Nice throw.
You know, the other thing is, and we quite often talk about the adjustments for a new player. So now you're Mark Nichols.
Not right now.
You're not the only person that you've ever read, the delivery you've only read, is your skipper. Now you're getting somebody else in it. It goes, probably shows a couple of things, in fact. Nichols, his ability to read it, but how pure
Exact same thing.
Charlie Thomas is with his throws.
Which makes it that much quicker for Mark to get the broom in the right spot. Yeah, that helps a lot.
You got her?
Well, and he even saw a little bit earlier, too, with his own front end. Jeff said, you know, give me a little less ice here. And Mark has no problems with that.
He's guarding?
You know, he's willing to let the players know what their tendencies are and advise them of that.
Nope. A little less.
I got less.
Line's good.
Less?
Line's the same.
Line's good. Easy, guys.
Let's go a little bit.
Go ahead.
2.
Okay, clean.
Outline.
Line's good.
Line's good.
Just clean it
Line's
all the way.
good. Just both can clean. Colin can clean. Good.
Shabby.
Shot.
Shot.
So what are we doing?
Go there again, I think.
I mean, he might
he's on an angle, then we're on an angle, so it gets closer to a 4 foot, right?
I don't think he draws, do you? Maybe? Maybe, but that's okay for us.
Okay.
Carruthers team trying to figure out a way just to put some pressure on this Nichols team.
Didn't hear a thing there.
Tough position with no center guard.
No, you didn't say it? You think he draws?
I think it good. Didn't get a lot of that one going by.
This is all going nice.
So up comes the corner guard as Mark Nichols go around to be shot rock, so he has a saver, which starts to shrink the scoring area. Or does he simply peel? Allows Reid Carruthers to split the rings to sit 2, or maybe he goes top 8 foot, and then Mark draws the 8 footer.
It's like real good speed here.
Hits and stays. Nice. 2 choices here.
We could draw. I don't think it's going to change.
Yeah.
We could draw.
Yeah, speed's good. Halfway, bro.
Right?
Yeah, I think he's definitely hitting it.
Mark's throwing up the option. If he just ignores this situation, draws the 4 foot, Reid has to hit it. And you've got a wide open hit. You can roll 2, 3 feet either direction.
2. Hair tighter than
Close
mine.
to Braden.
Go early.
I'd like a 2/3, 3.
There right now.
Okay.
Easy now.
You can overcurl if anything.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Just got to sit now.
Just 2.
Whoa.
Clean to stop.
Similar line. Let
Clean
it
to
sit.
stop.
Set, baby.
A little bit. Yep, yep.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Good.
Shot. Shot.
Nice spot, Reid.
Timeout being called by Nichols.
Is that really gone?
It's a good guard. It's
Like this?
sure. It doesn't matter.
Like, I don't think the speed's changed, do you?
Speed hasn't changed.
It's either that or we draw here.
Yeah.
I don't hate that draw.
Yeah.
I
Fine
don't
by
hate
me.
that draw, Mark. I really don't hate that.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Really,
Do you like that, Jeff?
Couple of options. You could go in the middle there, as
it's
Mark
like
talked
we draw
about. Then
here,
Reid's got to bump
He
it
hits
back a
on the
little
nose,
bit.
We hit it on the nose. He rolls out, we draw again.
Just right-
we draw here.
Right now, we're gonna have a draw to the full 8. I don't know. Like my only thought is we may give him.
Yeah, so my thought was we could draw here.
Okay.
At least then we don't do this.
Okay. Well, I don't mind drawing to there then.
I
I
know.
think that might be a better shot. Doesn't shrink our
Sure.
rings. Do you like that, Chuck?
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Sure.
I think that is the key, is you don't shrink
I
the
could've
rings
realized
for
that.
yourself. So draw to the wings.
And being shot rock really helps here. If you know Reid gets one
Same
on the
speed.
corner, something you can blast it out there, and you've got the saver.
It's the same as it's been.
I think they've seen this pass so many times with the guards.
And as you always say, this is a free try at his next one, maybe.
Still like quick, or
Still nice. Still what it was there for you last time you draw.
just put it on the tee, or above, just above the tee.
Yeah. A little light.
I thought
Hey, line's a little snug. Yep.
Little light.
Gotta go line.
Yep.
Gotta
Little
go
tight
line.
line.
Top 8.
Yep,
Walker and
go.
Gallant have got
Wait,
him
no,
now.
Line's good. Yeah, line's perfect.
A 4.
Yeah, line's perfect.
We're all
Line's
there.
perfect.
Oh, we're
Let's hear.
slamming it.
Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah, they said they were going to slam it, but
Slid well.
Yeah, nice throw, Reid.
All right.
Really good spot, because if Mark throws this soft, hits it
More feet.
3/4, he could roll across the top of that
That was
back
what,
red.
4?
But he's-
Okay.
being the
That's to be just 3.
talented player that he is, he's going to try to keep it on the high side. He can roll, what, almost 8 feet to the right-hand side of our screen and still be a winner here. So it's all about speed control here.
And he's given himself a fair bit of ice.
The other option, just play the straight draw, but Mark didn't look at it, put the broom down, and he just watched this being thrown, so he knows what it's going to do.
final
Just
stone.
through.
Close. Yep.
Facing
Yep.
2 for
To
the
back.
win.
Yep.
Mark Nichols, Team Gushue.
Back. Yep. Yep. Yep.
Gallant, Walker,
Yep.
Charlie Thomas calling line
Yep. Can't hurt.
for the win, and there it is.
Guys, I'm not feeling good at all. I'm not going to shake your hands.
Just let the
Yeah,
good
I
one.
think so.
Yeah, Mark, nice calling. Good shooting. Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck. Game, Brady.
Make the final. Gushue wins at 7-6 over Carruthers. And so with that win, Gushue to the top of the table with Laycock. You have 4 at 1-1. Mike McHugh and John Epping still looking for their first wins on the men's side. Kerry Anderson at the top of the table with Jennifer Jones with 2 straight wins. Kelsey Rock on the bottom, 0-2. One game remains on the ice, and it's Val Sweeting against Tracy Fleury. Sweeting's last rock here.
Just needs to make it go away. Already lies second and third shot, actually first and third.
Oh, brother. And she flashed and thankfully had her own catcher at the back of the 4, or she would have given it up. That'll force an extra 6-6 when we come back.
Everyone's trying to peak for this week, so we're just looking at it as a great challenge. You got to be playing well to have a chance here this week, and you know, I think we will be in the mix anyways.
This event, it means a ton. Obviously, coming to an event like this, you know that you're playing against all the top teams in Canada, and it's a massive challenge, and hopefully by the end of the week, we make more shots than everybody else here, and we can call ourselves Canada Cup champs.
And that will be the featured game for Draw 4 Thursday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Kathy and Brian will have it for you. Jacobs and Cooey both 1-1. And one game still remains on the ice here at the Keystone Center on this Wednesday night. What a mistake and a little bit of luck for Val Sweeting as she flashed the takeout for the win, but then had her own catcher at the back of the 4 to pick up the single and force it to an extra against Tracy Fleury. So here we go in this extra, tied at 6. And it is the team from the Idlewild Golf and Country Club in Sudbury, skipped by 30-year-old Tracy Fleury, that does have the last rock, playing the Yellowstones.
Now you go, though, from having a shot to the win to having to steal in the extra.
And both these teams come in having lost their earlier games today, so we made mention of that on the men's side. You lose 2 games early on this opening day, and you're in a big hole, considering it's just a very short 3-day, 6-game round robin.
Hard to keep the confidence up.
Well, look who Val has to play yet too. You got Jones, you got Carey, you got Holman. Like it's just doesn't get any easier either.
Really good brushing to get some separation and tuck those ones straight in line.
That was 85, just so you know.
Go down.
Yeah.
You got this.
See some lower numbers, and we kind of predicted that with the without the advantage of directional brushing. Everybody's percentages are down, and it's can you handle that mentally? It's to me, it's like if you normally shoot 80 as a golfer, and all of a sudden you're shooting 87, 88, 89. It's hard on the old psyche. It's tough to rebound, and you also changes your strategy a little bit. Sometimes you might not be able to take as many risks because you can't bail out as well as you did before. Tracy had to draw full 4 to put Val in trouble there, and she missed the 8-foot, and then Val missed the hit. You compare the percentages so far to the Scottimer Hearts or the Briar, they're noticeably lower.
Just making sure that's all. Good.
Well, as we said last year, the
Try it that way.
the brushing was covering up mistakes.
Right.
It saved shots. There's no saving them anymore.
No, you could always be wide last year, and your brusher could save it for you, and now you can't get away with that miss. And even some heavy, you could be a little bit heavy, and your sweepers could save it.
Go, girl, you got it. Go, go, go.
We'll get 2, leaves the shooter just off center line.
Nice throw.
Jenna Walsh, postal carrier, is a 2-time
think it's there.
Canadian
Is that what I'm
Postal
throwing?
champion.
Yep.
Didn't know there was
You guys
postal
like this side?
champions.
Yeah, like firefighters championship. Yeah.
Can we hold it?
It's too easy, but it's all about the delivery, of course.
Oh.
Well, just wondering.
Too early.
So positive
Oh,
and
the delivery.
80?
Just mailed that one in.
Yeah.
Should be a guard, should it
Lori Olsen-Johns, and struggling, but she
Yeah,
has
line
meant
a bit.
so
Yeah,
much
really.
to this team.
Yep.
Yeah, that's not
Line's
the numbers
good.
we're used
Hard
to
for
seeing
line.
from Lori either.
Right, keep it out there. Over and off. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, just over. You can get it over, but okay. Probably try to get them both. Yeah.
Good sweep, you guys.
Like we're playing it thick, right, or thin? Okay, that's what I thought too.
Crystal Webster, struggling with her numbers too.
Whoa. Whoa. No. Yep. Whoa.
Yikes.
Uh-oh.
She's going to leave that Sweeting Stone out in front. Shot rock now covered, sitting top edge of the 4.
You think the same? More on this side than this side? I was thinking less weight.
Right? That one was just over.
So then similar maybe?
Similar kick.
Okay.
Just wait for it so it can curl.
Line's good.
Line's great.
Weight only.
Line's great.
Room.
Room.
Okay, weight only. 3.
Whoa, whoa, Dana. Whoa, Dana.
Weight only.
If it's good, you gotta bury it.
Okay. A little bit of room. Yep. Yep.
Go!
Yep. Yep.
Hard!
Nice shot.
Good sweep.
Lori was really forceful with the brushing call for good reason, and there might even be a triple here if you get it perfect. He tried to get that fully buried. They didn't quite get there. Seems to be slowing down a bit. Tracy was way light on her freeze attempt in the end number 10. And Lori barely got it over the hog line with her first one there.
Okay.
Webster gets rid of 1.
If I'm not
Yeah.
perfect, she might have something. But
I
I feel
think
like
we gotta guard and then hope for an error.
if we guard and she comes
And then
here,
hope you can play something.
Yeah, so do we want to leave 8 open just in
Like
case?
maybe an inch?
Well, then she
Like,
might
yeah.
she might do that, but
But
then I
you
wrap.
just wrap.
I think we
I
gotta
think that's
show a
the
piece.
call.
Yeah. Just. Yeah. Like I think.
We can use a time if you want.
Yep.
Okay, let's do that.
We talked about straight guard, which makes a lot of sense because you've got to have something in there to work with your last one. But knowing Tracy
throw another
Fleury
guard,
and
we're
her
kind of
skill
forcing
set,
her
you
to
might
come
see her do
around.
something like that.
But if I don't make my come around
But
perfect.
then Val's still got that.
Yeah, that Val's rock is in a good spot
it
to
ever?
use. The call's the guard. I think we try and leave a piece of ours open just in case. It's just a 1.5. Yeah.
Val Sweeting and the team from the Saville Community Sports Center in Edmonton, number 5 on the women's money list at $31,200. It was the 14 season when that team broke through as she won the Canada Cup, surprising a lot of people, and then ended up going to the Scotties
Weight
and
only, and they make sure it's over.
finishing second, and then a year later did the same thing again, back-to-back silver medals in 14 and 15 at the Scotties. And she's really become one of the better women's teams in the country.
And losing the Alberta provincial final last year, almost made it.
Just like we expected here, that Tracy's going to do what got her here was a great draw weight. She's noticeably light last end. You got to be careful with that angle tap on the outturn side for Val. Val's in turn.
Yeah, they're talking about the weight. We haven't seen an extra end, so
no.
Not sure how much it does come down.
The sheet is pretty white out there. The frost is creeping up a little bit. Just because you can see the white doesn't mean it changes the speed of the rocks at all. It's only when the pebble grows high enough to get above the pebble line.
Tracy Fleury and her team from the Idlewild Golf and Country Club in Sudbury are number 16 on the tour. 18,400.
Looks like lots right now.
Coming off a win this Monday on an event on the Manitoba Tour. This is her second straight Canada Cup appearance. Went 1-5 last year.
Not too deep.
In Grand Prairie.
Yep. Whoa. Sorry, guys.
See that really hard. It looked like back 12-ish out of her hand. It's definitely coming down.
Yeah, 13. So
was it? Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Or make her do it again. I probably don't have.
It doesn't feel great as a skip either to throw a 13 when you probably were throwing 15s and a half at one point in the game.
Yeah. If anything, make sure we're there. Biting, at least biting button, but.
I like that right there, top of the button buried.
The lid is
You don't
real
need to
close.
worry about that back
Just
one.
a little bit higher. So Yeah, then if so she that- hits it, that you double jams too. Well, and then you would be shot, right? Yeah. For here. Okay.
Like just touching tee.
Yeah.
This does you no good at all, so you really want to hide it. And because of that long center guard, you can get it into this type of position and really shrink that real estate.
We're coming down here, hey? We're just playing top button, but we can freeze the nose of hers. I got 13-1.
Final stone for Val Sweeting.
That's not light.
Trying to somehow pull out a win here when she had the chance. Boy, she's really hammered this. Goodness. And away it goes. And so it will be the win for Fleury. She'll pick it up here. Make the final 7-6, evens her record at 1-1, and Val Sweeting, a former Canada Cup champion, will lose her first two on this opening day. So we mentioned if you lose two early, you've only got a 6-game round robin. That's a big hole already. Top of the women's table, Jones and Anderson, Laycock and Gushue, undefeated. A reminder that Kathy and Brian will be back with you. Thursday morning, we'll have 3 draws again. They'll start it off with Brad Jacobs against Kevin Cooey. And that comes your way at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Our opening day of the Home Hardware Canada Cup from Brandon. Till we talk with you again tomorrow. Thanks for joining us here on Canada's sports leader, TSN.